Something out of nothing, the culture grew from breaks. B-boys with fat laces helping DJs carry crates. 12 inches with the name covered up, 45 black with tape. Needle dropping on the get down part on the one, never late. Moonwalk look like skates, time is infinite like the 8. Built to destroy the devil's world, God body at the gate. In God we trust, the dollars we lust, catching crumbs off the cake. Now we bop to a beat on walls of concrete in Northern State. It was 88, we was victims of a scheme. It was all just a dream, but now my homie is a fiend. We live for the culture, but we kill for the cream. Trying to make the street light up, stay on your toes, Billie Jean.
How can you justify what you've taken culturally? You love to lie, to hide the truth. Do you really think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me?
It's like hip to the hibbit, flow liquid like exhibit. It'll create the culture with every breath as I live it. They try to prohibit, but I'm the master of the pivot. No gimmicks on point like a digit. I'm like Malcolm, ready to rock it. Get your hand out my pocket. Everybody the gatekeeper, but y'all forgot to lock it. Swear by culture freedom, I got more vice than Tubbs and Crockett. Now my boy Elroy, out to space like space is rockets. Truth be told, we was crushed from the cold. Niggas getting high off the dust from Sugar Hill. Now the truth gets sold with strippers on the pole. The light, just with rappers for the thrill. Get the rush from off one pill with flashes on the wheels. Singing white lines with my brothers and folding bills. Slinging white dimes when Uncle Joe wrote that bill. Around 94, fucking around with Hillary and Bill.
How can you justify what you've taken culturally? You love to lie, to hide the truth. Do you really think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me?
It was go and tell. Now y'all go and tell. Hop on the gram, look, show and tell. No ethics and no codes, just cut the pie a la mode. Spinning red whites, now lights the block like a strobe. Behold, the pale horse that he rode. Here to bring death with guns to unload. Conspiracy to conspire, there's a theory on the wire. When Cohen is a priest whose doctrine is the liar. Here to rob the hood, I keep it tucked like the friar. I admire. No more b-boys in the cypher, no more DJs catching breaks. And everybody in the trap with 45s wrapped in tape. The culture has been raped, pimped out, and straight flooded. Just like the Bronx in the 70s, everything gutted. Trusted, rusted, busted and disgusted. We should have shut it down when Chuck said not to trust it.
How can you justify what you've taken culturally? You love to lie, to hide the truth. Do you really think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're, oh yeah. Think that you can do what I think that you can do what I do. You think that you can do what I do. You think that you can do what I do. Tell me, do you think you're me? Tell me, do you think you're me? You know you ain't me.
Yes, yes, yes. That is Stolen Art by your man Hakim Green, featuring Carl Thomas, produced by the Amin Ra, Ron Lawrence. Yeah, Stolen Art. That's what that is right there.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the cipher actually? KRS-One, produced by Ron Lawrence. Whole nother.
Your volume going in and out, huh?
Really?
Turn it up a little bit.
My volume is all the way up. You can't hear me?
Turn your mic up. Turn your mic up.
I don't know what the problem is. My mic is up.
Well, you can hear you now. It was just
What about now? How about you can hear me crystal clear?
hear you, but low.
Really? That's mute. I mean,
See audio.
There it is. That's louder.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I'm good.
Yeah, you good there.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about. How about now? I'm still good.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. What's up, fellas? Episode 162. Man, I'm shooting 164. Damn, time flies. But we here, and there's a lot going on. We got a special guest lined up for later to talk baseball, MLB World Series, Yankees versus the Los Angeles Dodgers, which is huge. That's a whole nother story. We'll get to that in a few. I'll put you on mute right fast, Uncle West, because we get traffic behind you. Actually, that's not. Oh yeah, that is West. Okay, cool. So let's jump into the WNBA for starters, because we got a new WNBA champion, which is the
New York Liberty.
The Liberty did their thing.
Let's go.
Yes.
New York sports team got it going on right now. Well,
yeah, Liberty did their thing like we thought they would do, but and it went to a epic game 5, which was fire. But the Lynx were talking fouls. We're talking how the refs stole the championship at the end of it. So it was some questionable calls and for it to go into overtime. But listen, I'm happy on the outcome, and it was definitely a great series.
Yes, it was. And it was so great, they decided to walk away from their CBA, and looks like they might have a lockout.
Wow,
oh, really?
Yeah, because Angel Reese reported that she was making, whatever she makes from the WNBA is enough to cover her rent.
Yes. West, mute your stuff, West.
Yeah, but her rent is, don't get it twisted, is $8,000 a month in Chicago.
It's $8,000.
So, I mean, it's not like
that makes sense. I mean, she with inflation and property value right now, it's not like she's living beyond her means. I mean, that shit is. I could see $8,000 a month.
Yeah, and is that in Chicago?
that's in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Come
could.
on, I mean,
Yeah,
but it was also reported that although they made record dollars this previous year, they were still in the hole 40 million.
Yeah, some fishy with their books, man. Some fishy with their books.
Well,
they even saying with their TV contract, they still gonna lose money.
well, I'm sure. Don't forget, Coach, the way this league, and we've talked about this on this show, the way that league has been funded the past 10 years by the NBA and their owners. I'm sure they have some stipulation is when the money start coming in, they gonna get paid off first before the actual, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably why they're still in the red.
Yeah, it's definitely something there they not talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's not get it twisted. The expenses to run a sports league are phenomenal, and I would assume with all of the press coverage for the WNBA this year, and them trying to maybe put a little bit more investment dollars into the league to kind of upgrade for the cameras, that overhead is something else.
Mm-hmm.
I think Coach, you're frozen.
Oh, I'm frozen, moving slow.
No, you're good now.
You're frozen. Okay. We can hear you, but you're frozen.
Well, I see him moving.
Oh, really? That's just me then, huh?
No, I don't see Coach moving. Now I do. Okay, now I do.
There you go.
Yeah, I see myself moving actually really slow for some reason.
Let's get Uncle West in this conversation. I don't like to have him just floating in Houston traffic.
It's all good. Nah, it was a dope series. Real talk. I thought it was kind of like the last game. I mean, I know it's a game 5, but it was like, they shot like 30% from the floor and like 12% from three, something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it was wow. But yeah, it was a good series for sure.
So what's up, Kai?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Yeah, no, I feel like I think Cliff mentioned it about that last play. That was the foul, and it was a questionable call. It was a lot of questionable calls, but I don't think that the Lynx really have any room to criticize or say that anything was stolen from them. When, if anything, the Liberty were trying to give them the game for the whole fourth quarter and overtime. The Liberty gave them so many opportunities to win that it was frustrating because I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Throwing aside from Sabali and a couple role players that really stepped up. I mean, Sabrina was just bricking, and I mean, I know shoot, so I'm not mad at her for keep shooting, but the Liberty were giving them so many chances to win that game. So it's not the refs, man. It wasn't stolen. Y'all just didn't.
Well, I think that's what it was. It was the frustration that they had so many chances and they basically gave it away. And, they couldn't hold the lead. They couldn't close them out. Them out.
Yeah. So do we have any predictions for next year's season with the WNBA?
You mean it not being a lockout?
Yeah, right. I mean, if no lockout or if it's a short lockout, they're able to play a season. What do you guys expect? Liberty to repeat? You think the Lynx? You think the Aces? Who do you think has the upper hand for next year?
I think. Sorry, go ahead, Cliff. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I think it's you got a good 3 to 4 teams that are right there, and that includes Caitlin because Indiana's got better as the year went on. The Aces will be back, the Lynx will be back, and the Liberty will be back. So it's just like the WNBA is kind of top heavy, and I think it's going to stay that way. Now you do have some new coaches coming in because I think there was I want to say 5 or 6 different firings. So I mean, that may change some of the things, but I think it'll be top 4 teams again.
Did we get a chance to talk about that Teresa Witherspoon firing?
Oh yeah, we touched on it, but we didn't go in. I was thinking that same thing.
It was kind of surprising that happened. I guess
she was at every Liberty game too.
Was rough for them, but you got any opinion on that?
I just think the WNBA is going through the same thing that the NBA is going through, except I think they're doing it much faster. We're seeing it happen faster and moving towards younger coaches. And these old school coaches, I don't think are I'm not going to say equipped, but it's difficult for them to coach in this new era of players.
Mm-hmm. Why so? I mean, what's the way they relate? Is it, just all the excitement and the fandom, personality? What do you think it is?
I think it's the approach to the game is different. I think the approach to the game is different. It is not to say they don't practice hard, they don't work out, they don't work on their craft, but there's so many ancillary aspects that, sometimes it may be looked at as it's taken away from what their main goal is. And to be honest, the WNBA for a lot of these players really is not their main goal because it's not their main money maker. It's not their biggest money maker. So it kind of makes it difficult. It's a well-paid, well, not even well-paid. It's a well-publicized rec league in some respects to their other income streams. So I think that's difficult for these old school coaches, especially the ones that played in the league early and set the groundwork, to relate to some of these young stars. So we'll see. We'll see how it happens.
I'm not going to say that I was as invested in the WNBA as I probably should be. But when I started to catch on toward the second half of the season, I started to see basketball played a lot like the newer age male players.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Some of the things that you guys applaud the WNBA in terms of style of play and taking the game itself more serious. I kind of saw, the extra dribbles,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
More selfish basketball, more, stat oriented. I'm trying to get mine type of league than it was what you guys were kind of, applauding them for. So.
I just think that's the state of basketball overall, and even though I think the women's game is a better fundamental product,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it still in many ways mirrors the male game, and you know, and that makes it good for the fans. That makes it good for the fans because it actually has both aspects. But if you're old school, you may be turned off by that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the audience will be a lot larger than previous years after the lockout takes care of itself. We want to pray for these young ladies and hope that they get everything that they deserve in terms of the league becoming a bigger brand and a bigger platform. I want to see them get their fair share. But yeah, interesting in what's to come for the WNBA for sure. Football. Lamar Jackson for MVP. What y'all think?
Absolutely.
Well, he balling and they balling.
Yes.
They're gonna be tough to beat. I mean, they and they are gonna have an old KC some payback from their first loss of the season. So I mean, it looked like they're on a collision course.
The Kevin Durant game, toenail game.
Yeah.
Lose by toenail, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Hearing the talk earlier this morning about Lamar and how well he's doing, and the Ravens how well they're doing, and you know, I thought long and hard about Lamar Jackson for MVP. It's still early; it's not even half the year's over yet. But you know, a 6-0 Kansas City Chiefs team with Pat Mahomes, his higher passer rating at this far in the season, his higher passer rating that he's had ever for him. He doesn't have
Pat Mahomes?
Yeah. He's like 67% passing, and it's the highest it's ever been at this point in the season for him. That's kind of amazing.
But he's having a trash year. He has more interceptions than touchdowns.
Yeah, he's been throwing more interceptions than usual.
Yeah, he has no receivers.
Yes, he's no receivers. And they're 6-0.
Yeah, but they're not. I think that's a different conversation. Even if they were to, unless he turned around, even if they somehow went undefeated, I don't think Pat Mahomes is even close to being an MVP candidate. I think Jalen Daniels is more of a favorite than him.
Yeah,
I agree. But hey, the thing about Pat Mahomes, he's starting to get that mystique where he wins.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Picking up Kareem Hunt off the street was didn't hurt them either because he balled out on Sunday as well.
Sure did.
What was his numbers like? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that part of the game.
He had 2 touchdowns, and I think he ran for about 90 yards. But last game he had a tud, and he had some good yards too. Yeah, he's been the difference without a doubt. But don't get it twisted. That defense too. That defense is real
for sure.
No, it's definitely the defense and the best coach in football, Andy Reid. I mean, you know, when you're weak on the offensive side, you have to kind of scheme your way into victories. You know, defense hold tough, but we know we're gonna do what we do schematically, and you put players in a good position to you know, make big plays. I mean, Andy Reid's the king of that. You know, yeah. So I don't want to say.
Oh no! I still say it's Kansas City and everybody else. I know Baltimore is playing great, but until Baltimore slays the beast, it's Kansas City and everybody else. After that, that's it. And they 6-0, and they don't have no receivers, no running game, but they got Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. And their defense is the best part. I agree with y'all 100%. The defense is ridiculous. They got a stout defense. Nobody's talking about stout.
Spagnola, man, he's a hell of a coordinator himself.
He is. Yeah. He is absolutely.
But they just lost their safety, right? I think their safety now is out with an injury.
It's been hard to watch these past 2 weeks. The injury bug. I mean, you know, Coach.
Don't mention them, Kai. We not. You see, I got on the all black.
Yeah, I know. Well, they said that they released Debo from the hospital for pneumonia. Do they know his long-term outlook, like as far as even this week?
No, because
I'd
it's
rather
something
not.
like pneumonia or something. They don't even really know. It's like a strain of pneumonia. They're not sure.
And Ayuk done gone for the year?
Yep.
Wow.
So JTXP reminded us that they got Juju. So I guess he's been stepping up and filling voids. Kareem Hunt. Oh no, what's the rest of their year look like?
Mecole Hardman had a nice. I believe, did Mecole have a touchdown or?
Yeah, well, he had a good. I know he had a long, nice run back.
Juju. They got the guy Perrine too. Perrine is the running.
Yep.
From I think he played in Miami. If I'm correct, he's a Miami or San Francisco. He played for Perrine. Yep.
Now that the Chiefs have left on their schedule, the Raiders, they should win that. The Buccaneers just beat up at the receiver spot, lost Mike Evans and
Godwin. Yep.
And Godwin.
Mm.
That was big losses right there. He said Mike Evans had 100 receptions. He had his 100th reception. No, touchdown? Touchdowns.
100 touchdown receptions.
Yeah, touchdowns. And he's in rare company. I think he's only one of 6 receivers in history with 100 or more, something like that. But they got the Raiders, Bucks, the Broncos should be a win. Bills.
Don't count on the Broncos.
Hey, don't. Hey.
You can't sleep on the Broncos.
Now.
I was shocked that they pulled that off. Honestly, I did not have them winning that game this week.
Yeah, the Broncos are not a gimme anymore.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Kansas City right now. The Bills be a tough game. Panthers should be a win. Back to the Raiders at Chiefs. That should be a win. Chargers, Chiefs, Texans, Steelers, and back to the Broncos. So, I mean,
it's not the toughest schedule in the world.
No, it's not.
Where's that Texan game at?
In Kansas City.
Okay, that's what my dog was like. I told her, I was like, it better be in Houston. It's like, can you take me to the Kansas City game? Hell no, I ain't going to Kansas City. Oh man.
Yeah. So let's talk about the 49ers a little more, Coach.
I'm in mourning, man. I got the black Niners hoodie on for a reason, man.
Well, we got y'all this week, don't we? Go there.
Yep.
I mean, y'all coming off a loss gonna be tough, but us coming off a bye, I think that.
No, I think y'all gonna blow us out.
I don't.
I think it'll be close if anything, but we ain't blowing nobody out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one. I mean, I think we get Parsons back.
We have nothing, man. How we gonna score?
I mean, how we gonna score? Your defense is a lot better than our offense, whereas your offense is better than our defense. I got the best linebacker in football.
That's true.
We got the biggest pretender in football.
Yeah. No, I like our defense, and that's gonna have to be what keeps us in games. But man, that offense, man, it's a pain to watch. Every week, somebody's getting hurt.
So I heard McCaffrey might be done for a while, like even longer. Like he got a tendonitis in his Achilles, both of them.
Yeah, he might be done for the year. I think they got to make a decision this week. Actually,
I thought I read that he's done for the year.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know. They said, he was like, he got tendonitis in both his Achilles.
But I'm not even worried about him because I think the kid Mason is doing a good job replacing him. It's just having no receivers. We're down to the gunshot wound rookie and some kid I never heard of.
That's tough. And Purdy is we will see exactly how good he is, but this is going to reveal him. This is going to reveal him.
I think he's already been like. I think we know what he is. I don't think we're still.
Well, he's always had. I mean, he's had an elite.
Fault they lost.
Yeah, but again, most quarterbacks don't have the elite trio that he had. Now you have some regular guys. You have a whole bunch of Jags. Let's see.
Yeah, but I mean, his whole time there so far, San Francisco's been dealing with injury. Debo was out for a while last year. McCaffrey has been gone for some time. Like,
but a lot of that time, he's had two of the three.
The system, and I think he's perfect for the system. I'm not saying that he's John Elway, Tom. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in terms of the system that they run, he kind of fits in perfect. So if everybody else around him can step up, I think he'll. I'm not saying he's.
Well, I think what hurts more this year than in the past is those receivers can't get the yard after catch, which was key to the 49ers attack. He's still making the throws, but they're not getting the yards after catch because they're not elite, like Cliff said, like the other guys.
And those receivers particularly are yak cat. I mean, like those are yak cats. I mean, Debo, McCaffrey, Ayuk. I mean, those are yak cats. So you're right. He may be getting the ball to the receivers, but if they ain't doing nothing with it afterwards, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
I'm happy. I'm glad we catching them when we catch them.
It don't make much of a difference.
The crazy thing is they still may actually win that division because the division is really that bad.
Got the Seahawks, the Cards, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm missing somebody. The Chargers.
The
Rams. The Rams. I mean, Cardinals looking good.
Yeah, but they're 2-4 now. I mean, everybody.
I thought their record was better than that.
No,
they might be 3-4.
No, I think yesterday was their second win.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Their wins have just been really exciting.
Yeah, and some exciting close losses too. Besides last week's blowout,
because they're not playing all that bad. They're second in the West. They're 3-4.
3-4. Okay.
They're 3-4.
Yeah, 3-4.
Yeah, I think most of that division is 3-4, right?
Yeah, because who else you say?
Seattle.
Seattle's 4-3.
So it's 4-3 Cardinals, and San Fran must be in third place.
Yeah, I think San Fran's 3-3 or 3-4.
Who's the Rams? Yeah, they're in third place, and the Rams are last. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that division might be a 9-8 winner in that division.
Hey, K-Mill Heyman, what team you talking about? I guess he's talking about Frisco. My East Orange Panther brother.
Mm-hmm.
Salute. The Bills though with Amari Cooper.
Great pickup.
Yeah. Is that just what the doctor ordered?
Yeah. I think it's a great pickup.
Yeah.
I think that was a great move.
Yeah. I saw.
And I'm convinced that I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm convinced that Devontae Adams don't want to win.
Oh man!
All right, so before we go there, I just want to say with the Bills, one of the morning shows broke down two different plays from the Bills, touchdowns by Amari Cooper. No, it was one touchdown and was one long play for like maybe 30, 40 yards. But breaking down the play, they could tell Amari didn't know the play. He literally was standing there at the line going, all right, what do I do? And it was like Josh Allen hit his helmet, which means alert, changed the play on him. And you see Amari Cooper go, he's playing the slot. He turns to the wide, and he like, and the dude, gave him the But at the break, when he said hut, and it was time to go, just by reading the defense, he did exactly what he was supposed to do in both instances, one leading to a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying that just him being a number one receiver, his experience, like that's what Josh Allen needs. He hadn't had that all year. Now having that, you're going to see a totally different Josh Allen, a totally different Buffalo Bills offense. It's going to be like we should expect a lot out of the Bills. That was like some dope shit for me to see and watch and have real players or for former players know what's going on at the field in real time. You very rarely get that, on these sports shows. So to have these guys do it in real time, show you he doesn't know what he's doing. But watch when the ball is snapped, watch it the defender, now watch the break that he made. It was like, clockwork. So, I just want to put that out.
No, I mean, I think Amari Cooper is going to be great in Buffalo with Josh Allen, but I still go back to how did Dallas let him go?
They didn't want to pay him. Because remember, we had that lull after we let him go. They immediately signed him to that 3-year, $100 million. But we had that 1-year lull, and then is that when we and then the next year is when we signed drafted CD. But we were booty for that 1 year, and we should have signed him.
Yeah, imagine him and CD together right now.
Yeah. And Buffalo got him cheap. I think he's only $900,000 this year.
Yeah.
Against the cap.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and from a personality standpoint, if that even matters, I think him with somebody like Cooper as opposed to Diggs, it's also going to play better for Allen too, because I think those personality clashes, that's what they say anyway, what led to a lot of the issues that they were having.
Yeah, you could tell Diggs was he was a prima donna. He's
and a hothead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can kind of see that, Amari Cooper seems real chill, laid back. Yeah. He ain't gonna be making a way. He's a consummate professional. You see that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But going late into the season, playoff time, it comes down to wins and losses, and making the right throws and targeting the right people at the right time. So let's see what Josh Allen does. Like, okay, you have the receiver. They've been saying you're this guy. He's somebody that now has to prove he's that guy.
He's that guy, yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
But Wes had started talking about
Devontae,
thank you, Jets. Lost to Steelers with 37.
15.
15?
15, yeah.
15. One touchdown and the rest field goals, or was it how many field? It can't have been 2 touchdowns. Two touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Is that what happened?
I think it was 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion because they called a fake penalty on one of the extra points and moved them in closer.
Got you. I mean, that's still not a lot of points considering, Aaron got his guy.
Aaron is trash.
They didn't score in the second half. They scored 0 in the They were leading 15-14 going into the second half, and they didn't score another point.
Aaron Rodgers is trash.
See,
I don't know how many times the rush, like the pockets collapsing, the defensive lineman looks like he's 7 feet out here, and Aaron Rodgers doesn't even move out of the line of it, just throws the ball, and dude just throws his hands up, bats it down. It's like, yo, change your angle. Like, that's just basic football. Because he can't move out the pocket. He can't go anywhere. And he still tries to make those throws. He's done, man. Yeah. He's done.
Well, Uncle Cliffy, I told you in preseason, he washed. And all this, it's his fault, it's their fault, it's the coach, it's the receivers, it's like, some people just get a lot of excuses. They get to exist. You know what I'm saying? And excuses, and it's their fault and his fault. And like, nah, man, you're just not the player you used to be. You used to be the guy, but we haven't seen that guy in 5 years.
Yeah. And he never was the most mobile quarterback to begin with, but now he has no mobility whatsoever.
And I'm sure he's lost arm strength. I'm sure I mean, he could throw the ball, he's Aaron Rodgers, but, it's just to consistently, fling the ball down the field on point, drop it on a dime.
Yeah.
You lose it. This is football, man. This ain't golf. You lose that.
Man, Aaron Rodgers, man, I think the thing with him, he would be okay if he wasn't so nasty. He's just so damn nasty. And now you're not good and you're nasty. So you get no, like, we don't give you no pass because you're so arrogant and a finger pointer. And it's like, you don't get a pass. No grace for you, man. Like, this be done.
Yeah.
And you're
No
stealing
break.
money.
Yep.
The best person got fired. Like, that wasn't Salah's fault. You know what I mean? And, you go get, like, and I don't understand Devontae Adams. Like, I just really question brothers like that. Like, what could Aaron Rodgers possibly say to me to make me want to go to the Jets with you? Like, you 40 years old. I went from a bad situation to worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he probably has some affinity to New York or wanted to get to New York.
But that's not talking about winning. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh no, I never thought it was about winning with
it can't be. It can't be.
In New York.
What's the attitude for in Vegas then?
Yeah, the same thing.
What's what I'm saying? Like,
Lifestyle.
Well, his boy was gone in Vegas.
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes I got boys. We don't do the same.
If he
gotta
was still in
let your boys
right
go.
now, if Devontae Adams was still in Green Bay right now, Jordan Love,
He be balling.
Woo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like these dudes, they run from good opportunities, but then they get caught up in that me attitude, and that's what Aaron Rodgers is, a me guy.
Yep.
Yeah. I just think Devontae should have gone to Washington with the young boy Jaden Daniels, and I think that would have been really nice.
That would have been great.
Were they pitching for him?
I don't know.
Were they really trying to make a play for him, Coach?
Well, they had the money. They were one of the few teams that had the money that could they could actually pay him after this year.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Donaldson made a great point. Same as Brett Favre in New York.
Yeah, the Jets are where you want to go. If you of that ilk, and this is probably political actually, if you of that ilk,
Jets
are where you want to go.
Yeah.
but Brett wasn't washed.
I'm saying, bro. Like Woody Johnson, he's the former ambassador to England.
Yeah.
Right there tells you appointed by Donald Trump, tells you right there what the politics is. We know Aaron Rodgers, his politics, he makes it known loud and
He
clear.
makes it very, and so is Brett Favre, loud and clear.
And so is Brett Favre. So we see the same ilk is what we talking about. But when that type of bravado and ego and all about me shows you, that's not conducive for winning.
Nope.
On any level, in any race, ladies and gentlemen, in any competition. Yeah, you might get the position, i.e. Aaron Rodgers, but you still got to work with everybody around you. And everybody around you has to feel included, or the team is going to lose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just on the side note, it's important time in America right now. But
hey, if you got to get the money, go get the money, man. Go get it.
Yeah, we don't care about the cat getting money. I get that, but
I get that.
Devontae wasn't trading dollars. He was like, he just went
from
a bad situation to worse.
Devontae's different. Yeah, Devontae's different. He just made a piss poor decision. But hey, you always gonna have those guys who gonna ride with their mans, and it may not be in their best interest.
Yep.
Well,
the rest of the roster, I wouldn't think that all of those players are like, all right, we hit it for the bag. I'm sure people making business decisions, but I'm also confident that many of those players want to win. They want to be in a winning organization because that affects their value going forward, whether they stay with the Jets or not. Like, you're going to shuffle the deck again. I got to move around, but I'm associated with losing and not being.
I think they fell for what Rodgers, I think, called all those receivers personally. And I think they fell for what he was selling.
Yeah, but we're saying it because and that's only at this point it looks like a failure, but Rodgers still thinks he can play. That defense is legit. You know what I'm saying? So the Jet, I mean, he's just not as good as we thought he was.
No, and I think that's the point. I think he sold them a bag of goods that he could not, he could not pay off. Like it's just.
Well, the question for me, Cliff, to that point is he not as good as we thought he was?
He's not as good as he thinks he is.
Or he thinks he is, but is he as good as he needs to be?
That's the better question, Hot. And I agree. And to that point, I say, nah, he's not. Yeah. And that's the big thing, I think, is that no one really thought it's come to that. At least I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought he can be as good as he needed to be to get that team at least to the playoffs and maybe further, but he hasn't been.
And not for nothing, I think it's telling when a guy doesn't show up at training camp or whatever it is they have in football, the optional.
Yeah, the OTA.
OTA. When you're new to a team and you have to acclimate yourself to your teammates and your receivers, I think that says a lot.
Yeah,
says everything you need to know, man. Who he is,
especially with the offensive line, because a lot of those penalties are false starts.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't understand his cadence, right? Because he has a different type of cadence. He's used to drawing people off sides, and those linemen aren't in sync with him at all. And then he looks at the linemen as if they're dummies. Like, dude, you didn't ingratiate yourself with your new teammates.
Yeah, and that's where OTAs come into play.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
Second year in a row he did that. He did the same thing last year. He didn't show up for OTAs and
and I think it was even worse last year not showing up because you just got there.
Yeah, the only thing that made it a little different last year where he kind of like played around and showed up is because they did Hard Knocks. So he kind of played along with it for the Hard Knocks look, but it would have probably been worse if it wasn't for that.
Well, see, Coach, I think it's worse this year because of the ankle injury, the Achilles.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Coming back from
and because last
year play all year,
you should be coming in this year like, yo, we about to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
I've been with my squad since April.
Right.
I've been having private practices with the receivers, with Wilson,
taking the linemen out to dinner,
all that.
You're supposed to do all that.
Already know your cadence because you trying to win. Like you're Aaron Rodgers. You're not just like
he was too busy running for vice president.
Leader of the team.
Nah, he was too busy working with that witchcraft about talk about his Achilles being okay, like he was ready to play last year.
Yeah.
He heard that every week for like 3 months.
Remember they had the footage of him. Where was he at when he was on the field throwing around? They like, what is he doing? Was that during the playoffs last year?
It was actually it was like game 13, 14.
Yeah, it was like I might have been week 12. I was like, it was like 2 months after the surgery. Like I was like, he's out of a boot and throwing the football.
Right.
Like he's like, I got special medicine. Okay, well, how special is it? I was like, nobody comes back from an Achilles injury in 2 months. Nobody.
Yeah.
I'm different. No, you're not.
Wow.
He ran that I'm different course, like fake news bullshit. Nobody comes back from an Achilles and they were pumping that shit up all over the sports network. Aaron Rodgers was throwing the ball. I'm like, dude, there's no way possible. Either he faked the injury or he's lying.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we talked about this last year.
Yeah, we did.
You knew as soon as the cameras were off, he was right back in the locker room with that boot on, and getting some sort of treatment because he was in pain. Because, like you said, an Achilles. 2 months, I don't care who you are.
Yeah, like who's your doctor? I don't care. Gavorkian don't matter.
Unless you Wolverine, you're not coming back from that in 2 months.
It was like, come on, man, give me a break.
I think Schefter has been reporting that they did a soft report on it, but they said that what's the brother number 5, the wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, is the Jets are listening to offers.
Yes,
that
I told you. I said that.
And I'm hoping we get him. The
other receivers are unhappy. They're gonna want to leave. They're not gonna want to be there.
Yeah. I think the thing about it, so Pete, from a PR standpoint, the Jets have been playing up this Devontae is taking Garrett under the wing, and Devontae was Garrett's favorite player as he was growing up and all that stuff. And, as much as all that stuff may be true, that stuff doesn't matter because they're both at the professional level now and they both want to win, yes, but also they both want to be the man. And
Yeah.
I think I think it's as much as the Jets PR is going to try to play nice with this thing, and I think it's smart too if Garrett's representation finds him a nice deal to try to get out of town for his
Yeah.
career, man. Because this
Yeah,
dude,
he can play.
Woody
He can
Johnson.
play. Yeah, you don't want to play
And
him, man.
it's not a bad move for him anyway because Rodgers only going to be there another year, if that.
If that, yeah.
And
I'll
who
take him.
do they
Send
have
him my
on
way.
deck?
Please send him my way.
Yeah, I hope they send him my way.
Yeah, I'll take him. Hey, no, back up off him, Cliff. We need him.
We need something.
He's a great player. Like I said, man, he's such a good player.
And I think these young boys are different. Even when they're playing with their idol or whoever they pattern their game after or looked up to. Yeah, once they in the league, like you said, Kai, once they professionals, they like, yo, I'm going for mine just like you are. And
I'm good now.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we can be cool, and any tips you might have for me, great. But on Sunday, I want the same touches. I want the ball just like you want the ball. I'm not going to take a back seat to you on the field.
That's right. And you know how it is, man. A lot of those people in the wide receiver room, the coaches, the aides, the people, that energy probably shifted when Devontae walked in the building. And I don't care what nobody say. A lot of them people that would go elect to run and get his car after practice to pull it around, they was doing that for Devontae on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever it was. They didn't do that for him.
And I thought what was really weird was Devontae got traded. He's at Aaron Rodgers' house on McAfee. I just thought that was great TV moment for McAfee. But I was like, oh, this is not good for the team.
For the team, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like we all need to be there together. It can't look like, oh, I got my guy now. I don't care about the rest of y'all anymore. Y'all
need 10 more to come along, brother.
Yeah.
Well, they better start winning, else all this is moot, and they get ready to look real bad. They're 2-5 right now.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know who they play this week, but it's not going to get any better, man. I don't see it getting better.
No, let me pull up this schedule.
They play. I can't remember who they play. It's a decent opponent, though.
I think it's the Patriots. I think they have the Patriots.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. Yep.
Okay, so they might be able to get that.
So they should get that.
Now, if they don't get that one,
let's find out where they're playing though.
Foxborough.
That shouldn't matter. But
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
No, Foxborough can be tough.
If Aaron Rodgers can't beat,
and Drake May is not playing as bad, if I'm not mistaken.
Drake May is back. Yeah, and look, Mayo came out and said something. Here's what I'll say. Mayo came out and said something about the team being soft, and then Belichick came behind him and said, "Oh, these players aren't soft. They had the best, such a great defense last year. This, that, and the third." So that could go one of two ways. Either that could be a spark by Mayo saying that about his guys that'll make them go hard against the Jets, or it could backfire and the Jets could win the game. So that's we'll see about that.
The chemistry on the Jets right now, I'm sure they're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. Like, get me out of here. I'm just going through the motions. It's going to be an interesting game.
And the other thing, even with the whole offense coordinator, which we knew his man Hackett shouldn't have been a coordinator, but when it's also one of the things, all right, you get the head coach fired, then your man gets demoted. Like he had a say in that as well, So where's the loyalty? He got all these receivers there. He wanted them there. As soon as Devontae comes, he's their guy. Yeah, it's like, all right, where's the loyalty, man? This dude ain't loyal to anybody but himself, and it's not producing results. So bad situation.
Let me switch the topic, but keep it in the realm of loyalty. And the Giants not being loyal to Saquon Barkley. He had to drop 175 yards in them jokers.
He learned them something.
Man, he was running like a dude possessed, B.
Yeah. And it's always good to see those situations. When the guys that treated well, he goes back and really just runs over him and shows them what they really missed out on, what they lost.
Yeah, that was good to see. I didn't get a chance to see the game, but I saw the highlights.
Oh, I didn't watch it either, Hawk. I knew what time it was. I stayed away from it. I did not watch it. But I was happy. I'm one of those Giants fans that still love Saquon Barkley and what he did for this team and this organization. I was happy to see him come back and stick it to Joe Shane. I think he's a pompous. It
was ugly.
Well, he led the NFL in rushing this past weekend, so this can't tell you anything.
Over jokers, like he was carrying the pile on his back.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
He's not gonna go down. He's only gonna go forward. It was dope. It was dope. Like that.
And the Giants, man, not that it matters because they're not gonna do anything anyway. But they lost the left tackle. The guy they moved over to the left tackle was a swinging gate. They auditioning cats from off the street this week to try to find a left tackle because we have to play on national TV again against the Steelers in Steel City. So that's just going to be embarrassing on Monday night. Dayball is playing for his job. Shane is playing for his job. Daniel Jones will probably watch this game from the sideline unless they say he got some type of injury in practice and do that whole, let him save face a little bit and say that he got something going on. It's just terrible, man. The Giants.
I got a question. Since you follow the Giants, Kai, have we seen Dayball black out on Daniel Jones like he blacked out on what's the brother?
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
As horrible as Daniel Jones is playing.
We haven't seen it, but you know what? It's almost worse what he's doing as far as with Daniel Jones. Not to say that it's wrong, but he's not even giving Daniel Jones the just due to yell at him or to give him any emotion. He's just looking at him and shaking his head like, man.
He's just shaking his head.
As a player, you would kind of almost rather your coach yell at you belligerently than to do what Dayball is doing to Daniel Jones. Like, he has no respect for him at all.
Wow.
And it's almost like he knows he's stuck with him, kind of. So,
He might get benched, though.
It's worse to be disappointed in a player. That's the worst thing. When you're just disappointed in a player, it's like, all right, it's nothing I can do.
How long of a leash does he have though? That I know he don't want to yell at him, but his job is attached to this thing too.
Yeah,
I would think. Yeah, but I would think he would have something to say.
I think they've all bought into the inevitable, bro. They know what it is.
Well, now I think they do.
Yeah, they know what it is.
Probably see some Drew Lock this weekend. I don't think they'll go all the way Tommy DeVito. I think we see a little Drew Lock.
DeVito, dude.
I forgot about DeVito.
That's gonna happen. They're gonna need a spot because Danny Dimes looked. He looked
right in his ass.
He looked good. See, the thing is, the Giants were in a pickle because they paid the wrong guy, obviously, but he actually had a good year the year they paid him, and he actually looked like. And whatever, that relationship was, Dayball thought he can build off that. But he has been like the digress and Watson and Danny Dimes is like almost the same, but it's like unbelievable how bad they've gotten, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At least Deshaun, and not to say that this is right, but at least Deshaun, at least he's got other stuff going on mentally in his head is in a lot of other places. Daniel Jones has no excuse, man. He's just sorry.
Yeah, I think that's key, Kai. He's just not good. Danny Dimes is not good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we said he was good. Like 15, he had 15 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, and we calling that good. Like That's
Yeah,
futile.
mediocrity,
Like,
man.
what are we doing? What are we
Nah,
doing?
It was less than mediocrity. It just wasn't as bad as he was doing. So
Yeah.
Right,
did
right.
he play
Yeah.
good that year?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
No,
play
he
good.
didn't.
He was ass.
15
Yeah.
touchdowns is
But-
not
But
good.
he progressed. You know,
He progressed.
you
He
want to
progressed.
see progression.
He didn't need it. He wasn't
Progression
turning
on
over.
a scale of 100. He went from on a scale of 100. He went from 0 to 5.
Yo, but
Hey.
to stay on your theme,
Hey.
Hawk, of loyalty, the loyalty is the Mara family to Eli Manning because that's their guy. That's that cut clip system,
Collection.
Yeah.
That's what it's really about.
and it's terrible.
Your
But-
man, Eli, he ain't do that much, my son. Like he ain't come on. I mean,
Eli got
he not Joe Montana. He not Tom Brady.
no.
You lucked up, got 2 Super Bowls. All right, cool. But he was still a mediocre quarterback.
No,
He
I'll
wasn't-
say this. I'll push back on that because to say that he got into a great position twice in the postseason is fair. To say it was luck is because I
No,
watched
it wasn't.
the way
wasn't
he
luck.
beat Green Bay, the way they beat the way JPP got that block against Dallas, those wild card runs.
I mean, I understand that. I get that. I get that. However, Eli Manning is like he's a very outside of those Super Bowls, his career numbers are extremely average.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's facts. Yeah.
He's not his brother. Like we talking about those Super Bowls, was it Eli Manning or was it the team?
I think the first one was definitely Strahan. I think Strahan deserves more credit for that first one.
Okay, so is Strahan picking the coaches out this motherfucker? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, son, what we doing, yo?
I wish. I'd rather have Strahan
I
as a
think it was a
GM.
bad draft pick, right? And when people are wrong, they don't want to say they're wrong. Moving on from Daniel Jones would have been admitting, this was a bad pick. So they doubled down on it. And now they got to wear it. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Daniel Jones is crazy because they doubled down. I mean, not only did they take him 6, but then they paid him. But not only did they pay him instead of Saquon. Like it was a choice that was going to happen.
Right.
So they just got it wrong.
And then they put it on Hard Knocks to give everybody documentation.
I'm sorry. We got the brother, our guest, Julian Douglas, who we have lined up to talk baseball, but we're not quite there, young man. You got time to sit around and talk some football?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. We're not going to be long with it. We're almost through, but we just want to finish out. What up, Julian?
No problem.
Yeah. So, the Giants, did I just cut somebody off? You want to make a point, Kai?
You know what? I don't even remember what I was about to say, but we can move on from the Giants because the Bane amount.
Well, Kai brought up the other one that is done, and that's on Deshaun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, he can't wait for physical therapy,
Yeah. He got to figure a way to get a massage legally now.
Oh, word. You know what I'm saying? I get 6 weeks in a split, then I start physical therapy. My massage therapist is hot Asian.
Yep. he had to figure out something.
And then you got Jameis Winston out there preaching for him.
Yeah. Jameis Winston holding them down, man. He holding them down.
Yo, I love Jameis Winston, man. And what he was saying was true, and it was real, and it was serious. But I was cracking up the whole time, man. I cannot take that brother serious.
But what he said? Tell me what he said. I missed that.
He was just basically just chastising the fans that were cheering Deshaun Watson when he went down with that Achilles injury, and he's right. Like that's super corny. Like,
It's super corny. However,
it's Cleveland too, bro.
They kicked you off $230 million because you had the allegations, and we're not gonna get into whether they was false. You was in a hot pot of shit, my dude.
That's
And
facts.
you got rescued, and this is how you gonna play.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying that the crowd should have, but come on, man, this is football. Stop it.
Well, I mean, truth be told, they were booing him before he got injured.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's wrong to boo an injury, but they were just booing the fact that he's not their quarterback anymore because he's been
trash.
trash for the past all year, really. But
Yeah.
It was last 2 years. Last year he was trash.
Last year he was trash, and luckily
he
getting
got hurt.
injured last year saved him. Actually, that saved him.
They're saying the fact that they're in so much with him is what saves him. Like, we're not going to sit you on the bench because we got to pay you $230 million guaranteed. Like, you get that money. So you have to go out there and earn that dough. His level of play is just, I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if his preparation is off, but he's not the same quarterback we saw.
His preparation is off.
His preparation.
He getting rubbed down like Kobe beef, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's talking about his preparation is off.
I think it's a combination though of both. Definitely the injury last year hurt him, and the preparation mentally. He got too much going on outside stuff. You just can't turn all that off because it won't go away.
I'll just say this. I'll just say that Deshaun, his story will not be a happy ending.
Yeah, you know why? Because he used all those up. He used
It will
all
not
those
be a happy
up.
ending. Yeah.
Oh, Wes, that was good. That was good.
He killed that.
That was good.
Who else is in the NFL we need to talk about? Did we really get to the Dallas Cowboys? I mean, it's a shame they didn't get there.
No, we don't need to talk about them. They
they
were
were
off last week. There ain't nothing going on.
They were off. Well, Jaden Daniels got injured.
Oh, wow.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
It's a rib injury. They're calling it week to week. So we don't have any more details on that. But
they're saying that Tua is opting to not wear the Guardian cap when he comes back.
He's
wild. He is wild.
He's wilding.
Yeah.
He needs to sit down, bro.
It's crazy, man.
He needs to call it quits. He needs to retire. I saw him earlier talking about, he's just, he loves this game to death. And that's powerful to say until you're dying.
Yeah. I hope that's not prophetic, man.
All jokes aside, like, I just think somebody else needs to step in and say, no, you can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially without the Guardian cap. Stop it, yo.
Well, it's listen. We got to remember the doctors are the one who's giving him the green light, and I think it's no mistake that he said he loved this sport to death. I mean, he's like telling people, don't worry about me. I'm gonna do this. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's medically clear, he's medically clear.
And everyone around him, his mom, his wife, everybody's saying, play. That has to be tough too. So it doesn't seem like there's a voice of reason anywhere around him.
God forbid that boy lose his life or something, loses his sentence.
Or paralysis or anything.
Somebody's going to want to sue.
Yeah.
Watch. Somebody's going to want to sue. The family's not going to go, no, we're not. No, they're going to be like, wait a minute, somebody should have stopped him. You shouldn't listen to us.
That's going to be a mess.
Right. Well, it's been such a public thing but talking about happy endings, I don't think this may be another one where.
And I wonder if they have made him sign some sort of waiver or document at this point. Exactly. Like, look, if you're going to do this, we have no liability whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, we wish him well. I definitely want to see the Miami Dolphins, succeed. I'd love to see them get a chip and bring that energy down here in Miami. Definitely Tyreek. I want to see him get a chip outside of the Pat Mahomes world. But I don't know. Tua. Okay, so who else we got? Talked about the Bucks. Houston. You want to talk about Houston?
I could talk about Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
About Aaron Rodgers is the other guy that got one Super Bowl. Let's talk about the other dude that got a Super Bowl. You treated the other way. It's still getting W's. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Russ was looking shaky that first half.
First
And
half, yeah,
I mean,
he
you
got it
expect him
together.
though.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And that
yeah,
second half, he looked really good.
yeah. Pittsburgh is in good shape. People don't want to say it, but they're in good shape.
Hmm.
Good, yeah. I think,
Tomlin said that's why they pay me so well, man. I know what I'm doing out here.
and somebody was pointing out that a part of that deal that landed them Justin Fields, it was something where if he was their starter for a certain amount of games, the Pittsburgh would have to give them a first round draft pick or a second round draft. So it was a draft pick. But sitting him now, that clause is null and void. They don't have to give up that pick. So it was almost like, I should have saved the video, but it was almost like 3D chess.
No, well, it makes sense. I mean, conditional pick based on playing time, but I still think, I mean, from what we saw, it looks like it was the right decision. I mean, it looks like Russ, he playing.
Yeah. Yo, how long y'all been down there, Benny K? For a minute?
Oh yeah, I've been here for a second.
Oh, I didn't even see you down there. I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's all
What's
good.
up,
It's
Benny
all
Boom?
good. What up?
I see you, KG. I see you, KG. 3715. There's no Jet fans over here, so you just wasting your time.
We giving Russ his props, yo. We
You
giving
just
Russ
standing
his
there
props.
with the
I'm
logo.
saying y'all talking. Y'all go ahead. I'll let y'all do the talking.
Okay, I brought it up. So I was giving Russ his flowers.
Oh, yeah, I can see you. Yeah, y'all in there.
I'll let y'all talk. I'm just watching the Knicks get killed right now.
Are they? Oh man.
Man, the Knicks,
Let's hold that
Niggas,
conversation. Let's hold that conversation. We done talking
they
about
down by they down by 20 already, yo.
All right,
Damn.
let's not go there yet. Let's not go there, okay? Let's talk about these Steelers. Russell Wilson. What do you think is in store for your team for the rest of the season?
What do I think about Russ running the team?
Yeah, being the quarterback for the rest of the season.
I got to see another game. I thought he did okay. I thought he did good. It's the same old play calling though. Same old, same old. At least it started off that way, but I thought he did good. He threw the ball down the field, which was good to see. Finally.
And
But
Najee ran the ball well.
and Najee ran the ball well, y'all. But the running game, start throwing the ball down the field and doing things like that, open up the offense, the running game opens up as well. So not too predictable doing the same old thing, man. But like I said, I'm not jumping out no window. I'm not jumping up and down and dancing all over the place because of that, Like, nah. And I won't even do it honestly after they play the Giants next week. I really won't.
Like, let's in all honesty, in your division, you got the Ravens. Y'all should beat the Browns, and y'all should beat the Bengals. Y'all should come in at least second place in your division, and the rest of your schedule is kind of weak.
It's not weak. It's about to get tough for us.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the Browns, I mean, but that's it. We haven't played the Bengals yet. We got to play the Ravens twice.
Yeah. Y'all, I'm not worried about the Bengals. I'm not worried about the Browns.
No, the Ravens.
The Ravens. I mean, defense. Can y'all do something with that offense? I think y'all can.
I mean, we normally split with them. I mean, we beat them twice last year, but I don't see that happening this year. We're not gonna beat them. We're not gonna, sweep them again this year. I don't see that. And I can see us, splitting maybe with Cincinnati. Cincinnati ain't, they're not scary, but I'm just saying, like I said, I'm just not jumping up and down right now, man, because I haven't, like, the offense is shaky. Our offensive play calling is shaky. Put it like that.
We'll see. I think y'all are making some playoffs for sure.
You said what?
I think y'all are making some playoffs. Mike Tomlin accounts for at least 4 wins, bro.
Absolutely.
Listen, at 5-2 right now, with the Giants coming up, K, y'all should easily be 6-2.
And then come playoffs, you'll be staying in the camera with the steel joint all in the camera, talking about the Cowboys in the 49ers, how we trash. Benny Boone, before we move on to baseball, I know you probably want to say something about them Eagles.
So, I don't know. I was at the game Sunday. It was a good game. You know, it was good for us. This just ain't our year, man. I don't know what's going on with Jalen Hurts. I just don't. And being there, watching the game, I don't know what it is. I just don't know. I was sitting next to a guy. We looked at each other like, is something wrong? And we both were like, it just doesn't look like the same guy. I don't know what it is. And his running, his thought process, everything just seems like it's hesitation. So I don't know.
Kelsey's gone.
You said what?
Jason Kelsey's gone. That was kind of his, that was his blank. Jason Kelsey could, as a center, could see everything. He was pointing things out. I think he helped him tremendously.
He did.
Coach, go a little deeper in that, because we discussed that early in the year about Jason Kelsey being such a crutch for Jalen Hurts. You gave us some more information about just being able to point out schemes.
Yeah, I mean, as the center, you see everything. You can you alert your guys on the line as well. And he was such a veteran. What it was, 13, 14 years or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. 15, I think.
Yeah, like he had seen everything. So I think he really helped Jalen a lot of times.
Well, he called all the plays. He
did.
He
Definitely called off plays. He would look back and go, "We're not doing that."
Right.
Yeah.
Change it right up.
And you don't get that a lot from
a center.
Yeah, because they also don't they communicate the slotting of the protection and everything, right?
Yeah.
Who else was like that? Jeff Saturday probably.
Jeff Saturday was like that. Yeah.
Jeff Saturday was like that. But I'm talking. This is a physical thing, though. I see. He's just not the same physical football player that he was for the injury. And I don't know, maybe that's it,
Yeah.
It's very possible.
It takes the edge off.
It does take the edge off. He's just a quarterback now. Before he was a quarterback. Like he could, you knew he was going to run the ball if he needed to. You're not scared of that anymore. So that takes away the mystery and the prowess of the Eagles is kind of gone now because you're not fearing that anymore. So
that happens a lot. To young guys after that first injury, they kind of get a little, tentative.
They want to stay around. I mean, I understand it. You want to play. You're looking at these other guys in your peers, the Patrick Mahomes and these other cats, and you're like, damn, maybe I should, stay in the pocket a little longer and preserve my career.
Yeah.
So do you think that they get caught up? Do you think they get caught up because they don't want to be looked at as that running quarterback? So they feel like sort of feel like they got to prove a point to stay in the pocket more and pass?
No, I think the problem is that the city, the franchise has gambled on running quarterbacks 3 other times. We had Randall, we had Michael Vick, we had Donovan, we have, what I mean? So it's like we've tried the running quarterback scenario, but the guy that won us the Super Bowl didn't run it all.
Didn't run it all.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't know. And so maybe, the whispers in his ear, like, look, you got hurt. We like how you play. We drafted you for that and stuff. And your drive and your energy. You went from Alabama to Oklahoma, and that's all good. We need that energy. I need you to stay in the pocket, though. Yeah. If we're going to win, this is what happens when you run. Ask Michael Vick. You think Vick wasn't on the phone with him? Like, look, if I could have done this different, this is what I would have done when I went to Philadelphia. So, I don't know. Maybe that could be it. And so it's messing with his head because his instinct is to run, but he's hearing, don't run, throw the ball dead or it's just not the same guy.
So we can't really underestimate the physical toll all those tush pushes and that Philly shove take on his body too,
Yeah, but he's a 600-pound squatting quarterback. That's
still over time, no matter how just the wear and tear, it beats up on you. You just get tired of getting hit.
I mean, I can't tell because you had Saquon back in the building last night, and they on the 1 yard line. You put Saquon in and let Saquon smash that ball through there at his old stadium instead of you doing the tush push.
That didn't make sense.
Yeah, sometimes you don't. It's not necessary.
Yeah,
you got a running back now that can run it in. So
and you got him back in the Giants building yesterday. That was the ultimate time to really, just add on to it and throw salt in the wound. Just let him smash through at the goal line.
He did his thing, though. He definitely did his thing.
Carrying people, running over people. Yeah, he was on a mission.
And
I didn't get that one.
That's probably where Jason Kelce would have changed the play call.
Yeah, I ain't get that.
Okay. Question. So what do they do about Jalen Hurts? Do they move him around?
No. We keep him. You keep him. We have outstanding receivers, and an outstanding running back. I think it's just a matter of I don't know. It's just we're
game. But is he built to be a pocket quarterback, beating coverages?
I think he has that ability.
I definitely think he has that. His arm is crazy. Is that we're not questioning his quarterback ability? We're just used to seeing him thug it out, and he's not thugging it out anymore. So it's like, we're like, damn, did something happen? Did you, were you put on notice from upstairs saying, because I forgot how much of his contract is guaranteed. He really got like $300 million for 5 years, something like that. But I don't know how much of it is guaranteed. But it doesn't even seem like that is the motivation. It could be the motivation of just to last longer. I mean, what's my man's name from Washington that went to Baylor?
Who are you talking about? Randall. I mean, not Randall. RJ. The one that got tore up, messed his knee up.
RG3.
Yeah, and got sent back out there by Dan Snyder, but not Snyder, by the coach. What's his face? Not Snyder. Oh my God,
Rivera?
Washington, huh?
Rivera?
No.
No, it was
because Shanahan was the coach.
Shanahan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The father. Back out there.
I've heard mixed stories about that though. I heard that Shanahan wanted to sit him, but he wanted to go in his father's season. His father wanted him to go out. I don't know how true that is.
Either way, he's out. He was outstanding, and he's out. I mean, he did what, 3 years, 2 years. So you look. I'm sure Jalen Hurts is looking at that like, I'm not running the ball. I got Saquon Barkley. I'm not gonna run it no more.
Just for the conversation, Jalen Hurts got signed a 5-year, $255 million contract extension. Average annual is $51 million. Guaranteed money is $179 million.
After how long though?
$179.3 million.
But the guaranteed is he has to. What does he have to complete for the guarantee?
I mean, guaranteed is guaranteed, no?
I'm sure there's some language in there. Like, I mean, he can't quit football today.
You'd have to dig into the deal.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
Guaranteed money is $179.3 million. Like, what's the boy from Cleveland? Just got
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he got $230 million guaranteed deal, and they try to put a character clause in it, I guess.
Yeah,
and it still would be owed $190 million.
But isn't some of that still from Houston though? That was kind of how that deal worked out for him.
Well, my only point is that guaranteed is guaranteed.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Right? I mean, if you get injured, you still get that money, no?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what's always the whole fight about football players. They want, some kind of guaranteed money that they can get. It's not like all your money like basketball is guaranteed regardless of your contract. They want their, guaranteed signing bonus part, or whatever it is that they're supposed to get that's guaranteed.
Oh, and just to that point, including $110 million fully guaranteed at signing and $126.5 million fully guaranteed by March 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, so he good.
Yeah. He good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears, right? We have a special guest, Mr. Julian Douglas, here to help us talk about the greatest World Series combination in the history of sports. Yankees versus the LA Dodgers. Now, for New York, it'd probably been bigger if it's the New York Mets versus the New York Yankees. That Subway Series is kind of hitting. But I would say nationally, like a Yankee
internationally
series is like,
I mean, yeah.
So, how do you see things, young man?
Yeah, I think this is a really, really good, matchup. I think it's probably one of the best matchups we've had in a while. Not only just, two of the biggest franchises in even just sports in general, but in terms of the actual teams. We've had a couple years where it's either, like last year was Rangers and Diamondbacks. That was not, too big in either category. The Diamondbacks weren't, amazing. And then, even years prior to that, it always felt like a mismatch. This is definitely the first year in a while where it's like, yeah, these two teams are really, really good, and we should be getting some really good baseball. It's impressive what they've done in the postseason. The Dodgers, obviously, they've been good for a while. The Yankees have been good for a while too, but they have had a little, lull of getting to the World Series for a while. But the ALCS with the Yankees in Cleveland was really, 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 really fantastic. That was some really good baseball, and I hope that the World Series provides that as well, because Juan Soto was amazing. Giancarlo Stanton, he won the ALCS MVP, which was really cool, because I kind of came in, Stanton, he's kind of getting up there in age, in terms of, he hasn't been amazing as he was, a couple years ago. But he 100% came back. He hit a bunch of really important home runs. But Juan Soto, he's definitely the guy. I think he is going to be a Yankee forever. He's about to be a free agent this year after this season, after the World Series. I think the Yankees are going to lock him up for however long it's going to take. My take, and I think a lot of people, I think it's going to be like $600 million, and then they just do, however many years that's going to be. I'm kind of disappointed because, I'm a Cubs fan. I wanted the Cubs to maybe, but I think after what he did against Cleveland, I think it's locked up. He's going to be a Yankee. He is in his element in the big, the bright lights. He was with the Washington Nationals at the beginning of his, career when he was like 20 when they won the World Series. And, that was a big stage because they were against the Astros. But obviously in Washington, it's not a huge market. Then he went to San Diego. It was okay for him, but now he's with the Yankees. He loves all the guys. He's amped up because he has a good team around him. Because every time it was like, hey, San Diego was a pretty good team, but he and Judge and, now Stanton, they are a really, really good hitting team and monsters, honestly, so yeah.
Man, that at bat when he hit that home run, when he kept staring and stalking that dude, like that was crazy.
He said
he was like, "Yo, okay, throw it again, okay." He was just like shaking his head, like, "Okay, I'm gonna get you, okay." Yo, it was crazy, and I'm talking about the game's on the line, and this guy's doing this. He's just like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you, okay." That's crazy.
No moment is too big for him. He's like, like Aaron Judge and Ohtani are obviously going to be the big names. In my opinion, Juan Soto is like the highest like baseball IQ like player that's in the game. Like when you see him like that at bat, when you see him, he takes slider inside and then he takes the slider down, and he didn't get the call, and he was like, okay, I know in this at bat I have to foul stuff off, because he knows he's not going to get the call from the umpire. So he immediately goes into, I'm just waiting for the fastball. And that's what you saw. He said, foul off all the sliders. He knew after the game, he said, the guy has nothing. He has nothing. I'm going to, he said, I'm going to hit anything. And then, in the pitch that he hit the home run off of, it was like up in the zone.
That joint was up in the zone. That definitely up in the zone.
Yeah, and he just made, the pitcher, Hunter Gaddis, he made one mistake, because obviously the catcher, you can see, the catcher wound up, way high. came maybe like an inch or two down, and he just crushed it. It was one of the craziest bats. When he fouled the third pitch off, I said he's hitting.
Yeah, you knew he was hitting one.
In.
Yeah, he was totally locked in because the way he was stalking him was crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. When he's locked in, there's not a single pitch you can throw to him that'll get him out when he's locked in. You know,
I normally don't watch baseball, but I was glued to the TV screen, and I was like, "Yo, this dude is for real."
He really is. He really is, and he's really young.
I like his energy. I like his energy.
Yeah.
Hey, so I got a shout out on Instagram. You know, we go live and direct on my Instagram page. Clarence Ben Douglas says hi to Benny and Julian. Shout out.
My father.
Yeah.
Julian's
Hi,
grandfather.
Pop.
I sent him the link.
I'm not a big baseball follower during the season really too much, but when it gets to this part of this time, then you know I'm a lot more locked in. But I mean, I do know that this should be a good one. Because this was the favorites, a lot of people's favorites from the beginning of the season too. A lot of people said the Yankees. I could see Yankees and Dodgers going at, and then on top of that, you got two of the MVPs going at each other, Judge and Ohtani going at each other. So you got the star power. You got, like you said, you got Stanton. You got it's there. You got New York against LA. Like here we go.
I mean, Mookie Betts.
It's scripted. Yeah, because that's how I was.
Like crazy.
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, it's like, the Yankees and Dodgers are, probably the two best teams in their league. But it almost felt too magical for that to happen.
Right.
Like that's just too, like we just came off of Rangers and Diamondbacks, and not to give them any, whatever, but those are not, teams we really want to be seeing at the highest stage. And then we come in and we get, Yankees and Dodgers, and that's what they haven't seen each other in the World Series since '81, I think. And that's just crazy.
And that combination, I think, is like the most in sports of two rival teams playing
in baseball. I think
because I asked my dad, like, what, because I know a lot about baseball, and I'm getting more into the other sports. I was like, is there even any other in other sports like?
Yeah, only the Celtics and Lakers.
But I don't
know.
Lakers. I don't know whether it's Boston Lakers or
as far as championships.
That's what my immediate guess was. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Boston Lakers both have. Now Boston has 18. Lakers have 17. Yankees have 28.
They're 27.
Yeah,
7.
Right.
Looking for 28.
Because
well,
they had 27.
We're talking about the
rivalry.
Two teams.
But the rivalry.
12 times.
Yeah, the rivalry. I think that Dodgers, Yankees, Celtics, Lakers. I don't know if there really is one in football that we could say.
I can't think of. I mean, the Cowboys and Steelers, but that's
Cowboys and Steelers might be close.
Cowboys and Steelers,
but that hasn't happened since the 70s.
Not since the 70s, where it made
since 81.
I remember the 81 game. Bob Watson, rest his soul, made the last out to Ken Landreau in center field. I remember that. I was hurting.
Remember, he's been.
I'm a young. Listen, I was 11 years old, man. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Wow.
Ken Landreau was in center field, and Bob Watson made the last out as a Yankee, and they lost that series in 5 games.
Yeah, and then you still have some New Yorkers who are actually Dodgers fans because of
because of the Brooklyn Dodgers thing,
Yeah. Ebbets Field, no doubt.
Yeah. So this does seem scripted.
I mean, look at all the drama.
It's the Dream World Series.
The Ohtani.
They're gonna make a $1
No
trillion.
one talks about the Ohtani betting stuff at all anymore.
I was gonna say
that's why this is scripted.
That's why it's scripted.
Forget about that.
They paid that man like however much he needed to get out of the picture, the translator.
So let's stay with this Dodger team, Julian.
Yeah.
Like, you had Dodgers, Mets. Now, we out here in New York. Well, I'm not New York, but, being New York Yankee fans and the New York area in general, a New York Yankee Met World Series would have been kind of dope.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think the issue.
Personalities with the Dodgers, though, like you said, mentioned Ohtani. You got Mookie. You got, you know what I'm saying, like that Dodger. Talk about the Dodgers and what you expect from them.
Yeah, so the Dodgers, I think, are the best team, like on paper. I think they are a little bit better than the Yankees on paper. But the issue is they have a lot of injuries. They have a lot of injured pitchers, and they have a lot of injuries that you can tell people are, playing through things. Because, during the postseason, a lot of guys are, beat up and injured. Baseball's a really long season. But they don't really, go on the IL or anything because it's just, it's the postseason. It's like Freddie Freeman. His ankle is completely messed up. It's like it's really rough to watch him. But he's still playing through it, and they need him because they need Ohtani, Mookie, and Freddie hitting every time. Because Tommy Edman kind of came through in the NLCS for them. He won the MVP for the NLCS, but he's not really a guy that you want to rely on for the next 7 games. So I think they really need Freddie to be able to play every day. And the issue with that, of course, is Ohtani is DHing. So they can't have him like take a day off from first base because they have nowhere to put Ohtani, and he's not going to pitch. I know there's kind of like a storyline of like, is he going to pitch? I don't think he's, that'd be crazy. That would be scripted. that would
right.
But yeah, I think the Dodgers are the best team on paper, but they just have a lot of injuries. And I think the Yankees are coming into sort of, in my opinion, they had to face like harder opponents than like I think they're kind of on fire right now, where the Dodgers, they just destroyed the Mets, and then they played, who did they play in the series before they destroyed that? Or no, the Padres. Yeah, the Padres. That last 3 games against San Diego was really bad. That was really bad from the Padres. They did not look that good. But so I think it's going to be a question of which offense is better. And I think that the Yankees right now might have the slightly better offense because, when you think about the top 3, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and Stanton versus, Ohtani, Mookie, and an injured Freddie Freeman. I think that's sort of going to be the big match.
Yeah, but
and neither one of them pitching really scares you.
Yeah, well, that was the thing I was going to. Yeah, the Dodgers
coming off that series. The Dodgers coming off that series against the Mets where they averaged over 8 runs. So I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You may go player for player. Yankees look like a little slight edge, but the Dodgers have been hitting.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think the Dodgers have any outs in their lineup. I mean, they have no easy outs. I mean, Kike or Hernandez, he was batting second in the Boston lineup last year. But now he's batting ninth in this lineup.
Yeah,
so it's like there's no holes at all in their lineup.
I think the issue with the Dodgers though is the starting pitching. The three starters: Flaherty, Yamamoto, and who's the last one? The
Walker Buehler.
Walker Buehler. Yes, yeah. They had a really rough time against the Padres and the Mets. Their ERA is really, really high. And the Yankees, I think, have a better bullpen. I think their relievers are a little bit better because a lot of the
I'm hearing that they might
stuff.
Not to cut you off, Julian. I'm hearing that they might bring nasty Nestor Cortez in.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. Yeah, I think he's gonna.
I'm not a fan. I'm a big Yankee fan, but I'm not a fan of Nestor. Nestor has no bag yet. He never got a bag yet, and for him to like jeopardize his arm, because they said if he pitches, he can go have Tommy John surgery and miss next year.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
So for somebody who hasn't been paid yet, I'm like, I think Nestor, you can sit out, my man. I wouldn't be mad at you.
Yeah. And I don't even think they necessarily need him. I think they have a really, really good pitching staff, including, their starter. They have obviously Garrett Cole. He's going game 1, and their bullpen is really, really strong.
I'm gonna tell you this: the key to this series really gonna come down to the dugout because they both those managers are pretty stupid. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dave Roberts. This is Dave Roberts has never really outmanaged
anybody.
A good team,
He's,
the Rays.
Aaron Boone is a smartest guy is a problem.
Yeah, and then
I'm
Boone
really
has to
shocked.
defer to the analytics department. He doesn't even make decisions. It seems like.
I know.
Yeah, neither does. Yeah, Dave Roberts doesn't make any decisions. I'm really shocked that, to be honest, I'm shocked that I think thankfully they made it to the World Series. But my take was, I think if they miss the World Series, I don't think he's going to be able to manage billion-dollar Ohtani team anymore. I don't think they're gonna let him have the reins. I think now that they made it to the World Series, I think they might give him another chance. But I don't know how you would give the reins of the most expensive team in baseball with the biggest player to Dave Roberts.
Don't sleep on Dusty Baker coming back to the Dodgers.
I would love that. I think Dusty was really, really underrated. I think he got too much hate in his Astros tenure. I think he was really, and then you see what happened after he left immediately. It was like, they got off to a rocky start and then they don't even make it past the wild card,
Right.
Yeah. Well, it was good for me because I live in Houston, so I was I just let them know. I was like, this is kind of like the tempo I like out here in Houston. Nothing. I don't need to hear nothing.
Wes, where are you at in Houston? Where are you? What part of
I live Katy, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm next door to Katy in Fulshear, Texas, west of Katy. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
About 45 minutes from the city.
I lived out there a couple of years. I lived out there a few years. My father still lives there, so I went to
Where
West
part?
He lives in Montgomery, Texas. Bentwater. So it's above Woodlands, right above the Woodlands.
Oh, but that's the north side. I'm in the southwest side.
No, it's north side. Above.
Yeah, north. Yeah, the Woodlands is north. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's crazy when you say Katy, because the only reason I really know about Katy, Texas, is because on my Instagram feed they show houses, and they always show these houses that they building out there, new houses for sale, and they be in Katy, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Katy's right next door to me. Yeah, go through there every day. And Andy Dalton played in Katy.
Yeah.
He played for Katy High School. Andy Dalton.
Oh, he did? Get out of here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Julie, did you let us know who you got in this series?
I think I'm gonna have to take the Yankees. I think the Yankees are.
Yes, you're born in New York.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. 100%. I think that I think it'll go 7 games. I hope it'll go 7 games. I think that'll be extremely exciting. We haven't had a Game 7 since 2019 or World Series, Game 7, and I think we need that. The last couple matchups have been not, super exciting. And I think it'd be exciting, the best players on the best stage. It's going to be the most, I think it'll be the most watched World Series since 2016. No World Series has averaged, like, each game has averaged 10 million viewers since 2016. Obviously that was when the Cubs broke the curse, but I think this will definitely easily, especially with Ohtani, and all of Japan is going to be watching, the entire country, and that's a whole market that they've tapped into. The NLDS Game 5, when it was Yamamoto and Yu Darvish, two really huge stars from Japan, that was like the most watched division series game I think ever, or it was huge, So that's I think the ratings will be huge. This is what MLB wanted. I'm not saying it's scripted, but definitely it's what they wanted.
It's scripted.
It's 100. It's 100% what they wanted, and I think it's gonna, hopefully help baseball, get to a bigger stage. Because I think that's, that Cleveland series with the Yankees. You saw a lot of people that don't usually talk about baseball. A lot of the talking heads, a lot of the people, and that makes me happy as well, because it's like, that was a series where I was like kind of worried Cleveland would just get blown out. And, it was only in 5 games, but they definitely put up a fight, and the Yankees.
Yeah, they did.
That game 3 was special, man. At that 10.
That game 3 was special.
Yeah,
that home run
that comeback was special.
Crazy.
Oh my God, that home run was so crazy.
Yeah.
I was not happy.
That's the worry. Yeah. I think that's another reason I think it'll go 7 games is we've seen both sides pitching. We've seen, like, when you pitch the guys like 2 or 3 times, the hitters they start to know. They start to realize, like, okay, here's what we need to do. And I think if we get to a game 5 or 6, I would definitely expect a game 7, just because you're going to have to run out the pitchers you just used over and over. And we've got really, really good hitters now in the World Series. So we're going to, they're going to know Juan Soto, he's going to do what he did again. He's not going to let anyone, beat him. And hopefully we get some really cool moments. And I think this will be one for, history. Probably it's the base matchup. I mean, honestly, I think maybe since like Dodgers Red Sox in 2018, but even then, I don't know. I think
Dodgers Yankees is the biggest thing.
Yeah,
Biggest.
sure.
In sports in America.
What do you
anyway.
think Soto's gonna get from the Yankees? Because I got 600 million.
Yeah, I think 600. I think 615 years. I think that's
15.
we've seen most of the time it goes to their age 40 season. So I think it'll just be 600, and then however they get there for the years.
Right, because he's only he's 24, right?
Yeah, I think he's 25. I think
he'll be
Super
26
young.
in November. He'll be 26 next month.
Yeah.
Oh, 26? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's 25. Okay.
Mhm.
So
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yankees,
And then he got he'd be able to Washington Heights hanging out. I mean, who could blame him?
I was just about to say to be on Dykeman with 600 million.
Oh God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because we talk about the Yankees every year, and it's always like it's questions, it's lukewarm.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, they fizzle out by fall. So it's just gonna be good to see the Yankees.
Yeah.
I guess for a while.
I mean, don't. I mean, Steve Cohen is still lingering around.
I know that's
man.
what I
He's
was gonna
still in New
say.
York.
Is I think Steve he saw they were 2 games
They were
away.
right
They were
there.
2 wins
Yeah.
away from making it to the World Series in a extremely off year. This was the year after they dumped Max Scherzer and Verlander after they signed those mega contracts. And now, those contracts are going to, some other contracts are going to come off the books. And, Steve Cohen, he did not buy the Mets to sit around. He's definitely going to try to get Soto. That's my guess. I think another aspect is this free agent market outside of Soto is not too deep. So I could see, a Steve Cohen if he misses on Juan Soto, which I do think he will. I think Juan Soto is going to choose the Yankees over, because it's like 600
No, I
versus
think you're right.
650 and the team that he'd want to be on. Like, I think he's just going to choose 600 with the team that we just, potentially won the World Series with. And
I think if they lose, I think if they win the World Series, he's gonna go to the Mets. And I'll tell you why. I mean, if you look at the ALCS, he could be the face of the Mets. Lindor is nice, but Lindor is not Aaron Judge, right? And Aaron Judge is the captain of the Yankees. And when they did the ALCS, like Soto was off to the side, and they had Judge, and I'm like they need that. Like, I know Soto got to be like, yo, man, I just hit the home run.
Yeah, exactly. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
He's such a big like I don't call him he's just confident. Like people call him egotistical, like especially in Houston because they hate him because he beat them with the Nationals, so they can't stand him. But I just think he's very confident, and I could see him saying to myself, this is never gonna be my city. I'll be like A-Rod up in this mug, like A-Rod was with Jeter.
Yeah.
The whole time.
He could be the star in Chicago. I just want to be on the Cubs so badly. I just need the Cubs to do something. Yeah. But I think he's gonna be. Yeah, I think that's a good take though. I could see that if they lose, like, hey, I don't want to be the second to Judge.
Well, no, he said if
they win.
If they win. Yeah.
I think winning the ALCS. I think winning the ALCS helped the Yankees. But I think if they win win the World Series, I think Soto says I'm out of here. And I think if they lose, it's like let me stay with Aaron Judge. I didn't get upstage, whatever. Because they're gonna still talk to Judge if they win. They're gonna be like the camera's gonna be on Aaron Judge. Yeah. Judge and Ohtani.
Right. Yeah, I can see that, especially if they win, because he's like, okay, I won here now too, and then I'm gonna go on somewhere else and try to win again.
Yeah, because then he'll have one and two in 2 different cities.
To win just across in Queens. Ooh, what a story!
Yeah. That's a great story.
Strawberry did it, and
Yankee pitch history. That legacy is different. Yankees,
Strawberry and Doc Gooden both did it.
Doc Gooden,
It was in reverse
later, though, right?
It was later.
It was after they won, like it would be with Soto. But I think he's gonna stay.
Yeah, you're probably right, Cliff. I just feel like when I saw that interview, I was like, please move the camera over, show Soto, please. I want him to go.
But I honestly, I agree with Wes. That's interesting, but I agree. Like, I could see him doing that, especially if they win. If they win, he's like, job done. Like, now I'm gonna go over here and do it.
Yeah.
Start my own
Especially
legacy
because
over
it
here.
ain't about the money, because they both can give him the same. He's gonna get his money regardless.
Yeah.
So now at that point, it's gonna be about, like Wes saying, like maybe it could be a little bit beyond, becoming the man on his own team now and proving a point. Now I'm gonna go somewhere else and win too.
This Judge 30 with 30, 32, 30, 31,
Judge is 32.
32.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, if he signs with the Yankees, he'll be around after Judge, retires or whatever,
Yeah, that's true. That's true too.
7, 8 years younger, or 6, 7, I think if they do win, I think he'll have a lot of leverage for the Yankees though, because they're gonna really want to do whatever he wants to get him back, because they're gonna have to show, the Yankees fans like, hey, we won, but we're gonna continue,
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's a great off-season story for sure, because the trade, until they got to the World Series, everybody was still questioning the trade, but now the trade is worth it, right? Because they got the World Series, so they got to the World Series, so it's worth it. And I think it's priceless for the young players like Austin Wells and Volpe to teach them how to win. And then you got the Dominguez kid that's on the bench, learning what it's like to be a winner. And this gives them toughness for going forward, because the Yankees was lacking toughness for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Judge included, because Judge was spitting on the outside slider all year. Now all of a sudden he's swinging at it again.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Killing me. So, but it's good. It's good for the talking heads, and it's good for baseball. They're gonna make $1 trillion on this series.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's gonna make them so much. It's crazy. They're gonna be every TV in Japan is gonna have this on. I was laughing because on Fox they'd have the Ohtani in 3 batters away, and I was like the graphic, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. The Ohtani stuff is kind of crazy to be honest.
Wes, you want to chime in? You want to chime in on Ohtani?
Oh, Ohtani? Yeah. Listen, I know you guys earlier said that he's not going to pitch. Ohtani's pitching the series. He's going to be the closer.
So?
You think so?
He's going to, if Ohtani is going to throw that ball in this World Series.
You think so?
That's scripted. That'd be scripted.
That would definitely be scripted.
That man is going to pick up a baseball and throw the ball in the World Series. I just feel it. Like,
nah.
I think since the World Baseball Classic, remember the World Baseball Classic, how he struck out Mike Trout with like 3 pitches? Yeah. And it was just so electric. And imagine him against Judge in the 9th inning in the Game 6.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not expected, or if it's not even talked about, that would be the pinnacle of drama.
I can see a situation where
and they already said he's been throwing. He's been throwing for the last 2 months.
Damn. Yeah, my thing is, I just do not think. Again, $700 million man. I don't think the front office lets, Dave Roberts. We saw him do that plenty of times with Kershaw. Pitching him when he should not be pitched.
Well, that's what Dave Roberts is the key.
Yeah, that's the Dave Roberts special. So I just think that's like not even a question, and I think that would get Dave Roberts fired. I think that would be definitely it, especially if they lose. If he gets put in and they lose. And I also just wonder, like, would you even be confident in him if he hasn't like seen a real game against the Yankees? I don't think they risk that. But again, Dave Roberts,
it's all about theater for me, and I just think it's a money maker.
That would be
if
exciting.
That man gets up in the bullpen, everybody's gonna lose their mind.
Oh, that'd be absurd. That'd be if he makes that
walk, will be going off. Ohtani's warming up. Ohtani's warming up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that would be because
that's huge. He's DHing right now.
Yeah, he only DH. That's another storyline. Is like he's definitely going to win. The MVP for the National League this year. 99%. And he was only a DH. He didn't play any position. And I know there's a lot of talk about David Ortiz. He never won MVP. And they didn't want to give it to him because they said all he did was DH. Yeah, that's the important part. and
You
just
know, but
the script is flipped, I guess. It's like, because to me, I'm fine with him winning when he pitches and when he hits, because I think when you combine it, sure, he's the most valuable player. I think when he's just DHing, to me, it's a little hard to justify he's the best player in the National League when he's only doing one thing. But again, our game now is so focused on offense. That's the only thing we care about. We, and we've really lost, like the starting pitching and stuff like that. It's just, hey, he hit, 50 whatever home runs, stole 50 whatever stolen bases. He's MVP, so.
I mean, the real conversation is the guy that bats behind him is an all-star at 4 positions or 3 positions.
Yeah, yeah. I think Mookie is way more impressive what he's done this year than Ohtani, in my opinion. Like the ability to just go, oh yeah, I haven't played shortstop in almost 10 years, and play a couple games of shortstop, play a couple games second base. It's
center field,
insane.
right field. It's insane. Yep.
Now, Wes has been singing that for quite a while, and to hear you say that what Mookie Betts has done this year is actually more impressive than what Ohtani is. Wes has been telling us that's exactly what was going to happen the whole year.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that was when, because Mookie Betts is he's a really great player before this year, but the Dodgers came into the season with no shortstop basically. And the fact that, because in spring training, I was like, oh, he's taking, some grounders as short. I was like, okay, whatever. A lot of people do that. But then when he actually played a bunch of games at shortstop, I was like, yeah, this is, we don't see that often in baseball anymore. Like that'd be like, I guess we kind of saw it. I mean, obviously it's a different position and way less of like a sort of what you say, like a skill position. But, Bryce Harper moving from right field to first base, that was like in recent, like really big stars moving positions. But the fact that Mookie can just, on a day, okay, I'm playing shortstop, I'm playing second base, I'm going back to right field, because those are all really, really hard positions. Really hard positions.
Yeah. I guess the other question is, Hakim, have you spoken to Jazz Chisholm yet about bringing the intro music for him? What we do is get Jazz Chisholm. What we do is get Jazz Chisholm.
Wow.
There you go.
I love it, man. You gotta talk to that man.
He back. He back.
I know. But he might need the intro music, man. He might need the intro music.
I like Jazz. I think Jazz.
Be waiting on that to get him amped up. Put the battery. Back.
Jazz is really fun. I like him a lot.
I do too.
I'm glad he left Miami. I'm glad he's on a team where he is able to bring sort of that energy to like a really good team. I think he's, but he's not hitting that well. You never know. I mean, we've seen in the past couple of years crazy players you never think of just go crazy in the World Series. So he could be that guy.
Yeah, all you need is a couple big hits at the right time. That's
and
it.
he's got that National League pedigree. He might, be familiar with these pitchers in the National League.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very short, 7 games. Hopefully, it might not even be less than that, and you can easily go on a streak. We saw, Pete Alonso in basically equal that amount of games. Go crazy, save the Mets season. So
the polar bear.
Yeah.
So Julian's got the Yankees in 7.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say everybody on the panel's got the Yankees winning this World Series.
Oh yeah.
I got Ohtani now. I'm going with the Japanese too.
Oh, you going with the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think. Yeah. I mean, it's a hard choice. I think we just have to see it play out. I think by game 3 or 4 we'll be able to take the temperature, but it's really hard to say.
Yeah,
I need to know who Ohtani is betting on. That's that way.
Yeah.
Oh man!
I was gonna say, because if MLB really is scripting this is sort of what I've been thinking. If that what MLB wants, I think MLB wants. I think MLB wants the Yankees to win so that we get the storyline of Ohtani being the best player getting back there. I think that's what they want. Yeah. I think if Ohtani wins, it'll be sort of like, okay, he won. He's, it's cool that he won the first year. But when he makes it again, I could see, the public opinion of him going down, like we've seen in other sports where, we've seen, I think of like the Chiefs, I don't follow like, football too much, but, people don't, like Mahomes much anymore, because he's won 3 times or whatever, or how many other times he's won, I could see that happening. And if the Yankees, they get the Yankees win off the books or whatever, and then the next, decade of, okay, is Ohtani going to get back there? And then he gets back there and maybe he wins. And then how many more, But if he wins on the first one, it'll be kind of like, okay, we're good with that story. Because that's what happens with a lot of these MLB stars is, we have a couple years of, wow, this is the best player in baseball. And then kind of, goes off. And the only player that's really transcended that, but he's on a terrible team is Mike Trout. He's like Mike Trout is, on one of the worst teams in the game. So
what does Mike Trout do back? I know he's had a major injury.
I think he'll be back next year, but I mean it's the Angels. I mean it doesn't.
Yeah, he's surprised. He's like, he makes business decisions. He's like, what do I need to come back for? I can go to an Eagle game.
Exactly. Have we seen him at Eagles games yet? I don't know.
Yeah, there's got to be a sighting sooner or later. I'm sure he's back down.
Sure.
So we need to switch this conversation to basketball.
No, we don't.
Not yet. Nah, the season started. I'm telling you, what happened with the Knicks? The Knicks and
they're on right now. They get blown out.
The Knicks about to be down. Well, they down about 28 right now.
Who they playing?
It's got to be a 30.
The Celtics.
Oh wow. What's Jason Tatum doing? My preseason MVP.
Hitting a bunch of threes on them.
Yeah.
Killing them. Jason Tatum out here smoking them, yo.
So before we get
this is all Steve Kerr's fault. It's all Steve Kerr's fault.
Before we get into the game, Kai Will earlier put me up on the Stephen A. Smith, Jaylen Brown interview.
Oh, that was dope. Yeah. I saw it.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure you guys all agree.
No, I don't know what happened. What was said?
I didn't see it.
Well, Stephen A. Smith was copping pleas.
Well, you gotta give the full story. You gotta give the full story, Hawk. There was
you gotta give the full color of it.
So all right. Yeah, the full story is that last year, an anonymous source told Stephen A. Smith that it's Jaylen Brown's image wasn't suitable for the commercial market. He's too arrogant. He's just his imaging, what he stands for, just doesn't resonate with good business. And he put it out anonymously. Stephen A. Smith did, with not really any context past that. Like, I guess the Nike relationship with Jaylen Brown is a little rough. He tends to stand up for things, and that's getting in the way of his business. So there was a lot of pushback on Stephen A. Smith even mentioning this thing from this anonymous source. So Jaylen Brown was on Stephen A. Smith's show discussing how he felt about it, how he felt, he was kind of misjudged and misrepresented. Stephen A. Smith, though defending his right to not mention his sources, said that everything that he knows Jaylen Brown to be is actually not in line with this description. I felt that if that was the case, Stephen A.
Why
Smith,
would you say
you should have never said it then. You should have never said it.
And if you are going to say it, you should follow it up with what I personally believe is XYZ.
Right.
Which would have been fair as well. So Jaylen stated his case. He wasn't going at Stephen A. Smith. He actually let Stephen A. Smith walk out the back door, so to speak. And
it was a master class, man.
It was professional.
He was real professional.
It was well stated by Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Well stated. But to me, it not only exposed the hypocrisy with Stephen A. Smith and how he uses ESPN in his talk shows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good interview. I like the way, I think he did let him out the back door just a bit. But Jaylen Brown is articulate as hell, man.
Oh yeah, he's very intelligent young man.
But I think he felt a lot. He got flack all summer, from everything. But he did say that if in 28 that he wouldn't he would if they make him wear Nike, he wouldn't go to the Olympics.
Yeah, and I love
Yeah.
that part. I'm glad you
Me too.
highlighted that, Wes, because that's the strongest part of it. It was a lot of strong parts, but that was the
Yeah.
strongest because it was like, you know, I got an opportunity to not only watch my country, but three of my other teammates also win gold in a summer where I could have easily won gold as well. And for him to be so principled in what he believes in and say like, and if it comes in 2028, I'll decline it again. I thought that was powerful.
Yep.
It's the Olympics. It's not the Nike Olympics.
And if you listen to Stephen A's cadence during the interview, right there, that part where he said what he said about he would not go, Stephen A is all about the bottom line and the dollar, right? So he couldn't understand how this man's gonna mess up his money on TV like this. Like he really doesn't understand that at all. Like because he just sold his soul for whatever the dollar is. And you know, I never get mad at a man making the money, but just don't make it the wrong way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and it ain't
Expensive
always
people.
about the money sometimes, man.
Yeah,
Like sometimes,
come
you know,
on.
you got to make decisions outside of money, man.
Absolutely. And you can see he struggled with Jaylen Brown making that decision. Like he couldn't understand it.
I think Stephen A struggles with any young man, particularly of color, that is principled.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's
Kyrie,
something he
everything.
has. You know, I think he
Yeah.
struggles with that all around. He
That
never
dude been
seemed
playing
to have
double
that
dutch for
understanding.
he's a double dutch jumper.
And speaking of that, even on the just on another side note, real quick, I saw the other day that talking about the Nike thing and all that stuff, that two guys for Rutgers were wearing Nike, and Rutgers is an Adidas school, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Dylan and
Yeah.
Ace.
Yeah,
Ace and
their
Dylan,
two stars were wearing,
And
wearing
that's
Nike, and
comes
Rutgers is Adidas school, and they were. I'm just saying that to say, the same thing about the whole USA thing.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
that's
how that works.
become the issue with NIL, because you had these
Yeah,
kids in high school signing deals with these athletic companies, and their school has a deal, and previously you had to wear with the school whatever they had, but now it's like, yo, I got my own deal. I'm wearing what I wear.
Yeah.
So it's it's bad. But I think Jaylen Brown, what he's doing in the community, how articulate he is in all his interviews and his stances on things are it's
Agreed.
welcome. I think he's a more palpable, actually, Kyrie. You know?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's a great.
And I think another thing, just briefly, sorry to jump in like that, but another thing that killed me about Stephen A. kind of badgering him about business, because he kept asking him about what he's doing in terms of business and why are you not towing the line for this, or maybe giving up some of this for that, or whatever the way he was framing it. Is you're talking about a guy that is not with any major agency, does not have any major agent. In fact, he pretty much brokered his deal himself.
Who's he with? He doesn't have. He's not.
He has no representation. He has
no representation, and he's not with any sneaker company.
Oh, he's on Lamar Jackson status, huh? Let the family negotiate the deal. Wow, that's commendable. That's commendable, because the kid, listen, I hate the Celtics. I ain't gonna make it no secret. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Sixers guy, but
I'm sorry to hear that, Benny.
What'd you say?
Sorry to hear that.
I am.
It's bad. It's bad for them, but we'll get back to that.
But I do like those. But I do like Jason Tatum and I do like them as ball players. I'll turn to watch whenever they're playing, because I appreciate the game of basketball, and I appreciate the way that they play the two of those guys together, because they were built. It wasn't like, they were coming into the league, but they weren't like, oh, we gotta get this is like that.
Right.
They built that team, and they built their chemistry, and they built through the first one coach through three coaches, really. What's the guy that
Brad Stevens?
Yeah, Brad Stevens.
Then Ime.
Yeah, and now and so you watch these guys. They grew through all the changes, and now they got a championship. And Jaylen Brown should have been in the Olympics. I have no
Absolutely.
idea. I don't know what
Absolutely.
that's about.
Nike, they say.
I hear that, but
Nike
it's
blocked it.
Nike. But just the same way that Michael Jordan supposedly has something to do with Isaiah, could LeBron have said, "Nah, we need Jaylen Brown. I don't need Derek White. Bring, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Could it have been Boston saying you can't have both of my stars in case somebody gets hurt over there? In who knows?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's a great point, but also how they handled Jason Tatum over at the Olympics. I don't see where
but
any Celtic would want to play now.
I gotta be honest. I think me and you spoke about this before. I think we did. We gotta keep in mind these coaches know each other, these owners know each other. There is a language that they have, which is why you see certain teams trade to other teams more so than to other teams. I believe that there has to be a conversation. Look, Steve Kerr, this is what we need to happen. Tatum, they how many weeks before from the
championship? There wasn't really any time. It was long season.
Time.
Right.
So I need him for the season. Do me a favor, just limit his minutes. Just do.
I don't think it was any of that, and it didn't need to be any of that. He shouldn't have played when he wasn't playing. I mean, like, everybody's up in arms because of the minutes that he was lacking. I don't think he deserved any more minutes. I mean, the games that he didn't play, they won.
They won.
Steve Kerr coached like he should have coached. Period.
I mean, that team. We looking at Olympic basketball is always different. So they tried to build a team. Realistically, they tried to make Embiid the centerpiece of that team, and we saw that didn't work out.
That'll never work for any team.
Yeah.
Come on. But that was the plan. That was the plan, and it didn't work out.
What was the plan? He would play back-to-backs.
Now, speaking to that point, though, Benny, I mean, I think
I don't have anything against Philadelphia. I don't really like Boston, but I do like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
I like those guys.
Yeah.
I don't root against the 76ers. I actually like to see them do well.
Right.
But they've had a lot of bad luck, bro.
There's so much bad luck.
Yeah. And I think Embiid shouldn't have played in the Olympics. With all his injuries and the way the Olympics set up, why are you going to play? You can't.
But they had to play him because he's not an American, and he's taking the slot of an American player. So to have him over there, they had to make a statement by that, and also just his size and ability on the international play. I mean,
I think he should have opted out.
I give him props though, man. He was a big piece in that second win against Serbia. Going into the finals, I give him credit. He did his thing against what's old boy
Jokic.
Denver. Jokic.
They needed everybody.
They did need everybody.
They needed everybody, and the way Steve Kerr coached, I mean, I think it was right on point. I mean, it was a good Olympics. These countries have caught up.
Weren't there points when they just tuned Steve Kerr out?
Yeah, because they didn't need a coach because
So you think that Steve Kerr couldn't have pulled Steph Curry when he couldn't play D for the first 3-4 games of that tournament? And his man was on the court getting torched by every point guard in every country, but that was coaching okay? Like, I mean, I get what he did at the end, but in the beginning, he didn't earn any minutes either, and Steve Kerr kept him on the court. Just saying.
I don't even think Steve Kerr was making the substitutions. Right? I think the guys were going in when they wanted to.
I mean, Steph finished well. I give him that. I'm not going to debate what he did at the end, but I'm still going to go to my grave saying that the reason the games were so close is because they had cats out there that wasn't playing defense.
Yeah, they had 3 guys who don't play defense. Yeah.
That's it. It was like, come on. And I get it. It's a business decision. These guys aren't interested in that. We can't deny that they don't coach that anymore. That's the culture now. We don't coach defense. It's not sexy.
There was one guy that was incredible on the defense. There was one incredible defender out there.
Yeah,
I know he's the most popular.
Who that?
No, I'm talking about the man in La La Land.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that.
You talking about
LeBron? Yeah.
And he was playing incredible defense.
His defense was
That's
incredible, man.
That dude with the afro that was on France was giving him the business. That was incredible defense. I don't even know that dude.
Well,
that dude's name with the afro.
It's the Serbia game when Bojan Bogdanovic get the 3 to the head to Melo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
was good. Yeah, they had. I'm saying they had moments. I'm just saying that a lot of reason like with me, Steph was a liability out there for like those preliminary games. He was just a liability. Yeah, so we can, and I get to celebrate him like we always do. But Steph has always been a liability, even in the regular games in the NBA. But he gives you so much on the offensive level. It's just different. But I don't agree with. I rather buy into what Benny was saying about the coaches calling and saying don't play my guy.
You got 3 Celtics on there.
You can't have the 4th best Celtic and the 5th best Celtic playing over the 1st best Celtic.
Yeah,
it don't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah, they still came back with the goal.
They came back with the goal, absolutely. So, but I think all he did was really because that's the only NBA game I'm probably gonna watch this year. There's 2 games I'm gonna watch. Golden State against Boston and Boston against Golden State.
Now you gotta watch tonight's game. It's history, man. LeBron and Bronny. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh, they're not feeling that at all, Benny.
Man, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna turn that on.
Yeah,
Get this. As soon as they check in, Benny. As soon as they check it in, I get it. I think it's a great story.
Right.
As soon
his
as
ass better be in the G League tomorrow morning.
He had 17 the other day. What you talking about? Against the Suns. He had 17.
Hakim, they got doored by 60. Everybody has to score. Yeah, if you were out there, you would have had 10 in that game.
Hold on. But look at what this is, though. Look at what this is. This is bigger. This is bigger than basketball. This is big. I see this as bigger than basketball.
They're not trying to get none of that shit, really.
But I just see it as big. They got this is
I'm not gonna miss out on the story. I definitely don't disagree with that. I just feel like that $8 million, that guaranteed contract without earning anything, was Quincy Oliveri's money that he could have had. Because it's not a money thing. He don't need the money. So that's the part of the people. That's people are missing that part.
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say, Wes. If we watch this league and we see what basketball has turned into, there are a lot of unearned spots on basketball teams. Mm-hmm. We just got to admit.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Giannis brothers.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Hey.
I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, for me, as I watch this, and I'm in transparency, I'm a huge LeBron fan. I hate the Lakers, but I'm a huge LeBron fan.
And I'm a huge Lakers fan. I'm
looking at this as a celebration of Black fatherhood. That's how I see this.
No, I agree with
this.
That's
it for me. I don't care. I don't care if this kid don't score a point. We are watching all these people that talk about the shut up and dribble and black people. Fathers don't.
Yeah.
We are this tonight. He's shutting everybody up. Because
I understand that, Benny. I do. I get that. I just want to be over with. I think people misunderstand like the fact that white people. What I don't understand, I guess, with that everyone is saying that. What I don't get about that comment is that he's not taking a job from a white person. That people that are saying those things is only brothers in the league.
But
so that same black father. Wait. That same black father.
He's not taking
that same black father. Think about. But it's not a true statement to say that is
the MVP of the league is the MVP.
He generated $50 million in 1 week. He did not. Bronny James.
Listen, you got the same. But really quick though, guys, but you have the same issue going on in Milwaukee right now. Ask Beauchamp about that. Where they cutting him for Thanasis. It's like it happens, man.
I just don't. I don't agree. I mean, I don't disagree with you, Kay, on that either. I'm just saying that there's a black father out there that worked hard for his kid to be in the NBA, and his kid is probably good enough, and he can't be there. That's all I'm saying. That's a black father too.
I don't think.
Over with.
I
That's a black
don't
father
think
too.
Bronny.
Listen, the scrutiny at which LeBron.
We talking about the 55th pick.
Bronny is Bronny is not taking nobody's spot.
I don't think he's taking nobody's
Come
spot.
on.
He's not. He's not taking nobody's
He's
spot.
not taking nobody's spot. 1, 2, for the 55th pick. If there's any more value, and I'm talking about on both sides, that any 55th pick could have brought, you show me. I think it's a perfect situation for all parties. Period.
I do too.
I would never argue any of that. I think everybody has a valid point. All I want is it to be over and the kid go to the G League.
That's it.
No, seriously, I want him to go to the G League and develop his game because that's where I feel bad.
I've never been said that the man couldn't play in the NBA.
So
I've always said that he could play in the NBA.
I'm bugging
He
right
knows.
now because I'm sorry. This kid is playing and has played like the games, and you guys know this. The games that they're playing, and I know it's not. What's that place in LA that I went a couple times? Oh my God, the Drew League.
Drew League, yeah.
You go to Drew League and you see these guys play. Yo, this is basketball. This is we can play or you can't play.
It's like the old Rucker League.
It's like old Rucker League, exactly like that. This is where he comes from. This kid is not. He don't have the same tools as his father. He just doesn't. He doesn't possess the same tools physically. He's not.
LeBron was a phenom, right? That's the difference. LeBron was a phenom. LeBron was a phenom. We can't deny that, right? And Bronny's just a basketball player. That kid that plays basketball. So it's the difference.
Right, but you can't say that
he's still developing though. I mean,
he's developing because he's already played with them guys.
Yeah, I just want him to be.
So did Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers played with those guys. He went to Duke and was a first pick, and he struggled. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of guys that actually had a resume that actually did something in college, not score 4 points, and I'm still on record as saying that's the reason why I think he should have went back, because he missed out on the whole year where he could have proved himself. I think he could go back to USC right now and score 13 to 15 a game.
Jimmy Butler wasn't a huge scorer in college. They showed his stats was like the same shit. Like people develop into things all the time. People are allowed to because their last name is not James. The 55th pick never makes the fucking league. Like they don't. They end up not existing because.
Let me ask you this though: if you go back to the James part, if his name wasn't James, he wouldn't have been drafted.
That's true. That's 100% true. That is true.
Politics, how I say, politics exist in so many places in sports entertainment that who you know and who you're next to in a lot of situations is more than your actual play on the court.
I just want him to
it might not be somebody's son. It might be you just got the right
I understand politics, and I'm not disagreeing with. I'm with Coach in saying that I hear the points that y'all are making. I'm just saying I have a different one.
Yeah,
I agree too.
That's it.
That's it. Because I believe he can play in the league. I just want him to be developed so he has a chance to.
I said that too. I think that he can play in the league. He's just not now. That's what I said.
I don't know how real this is, but I heard Bronny say out his mouth he expects to be playing in the G League.
Because he knows he needs to be developed.
That's fine.
But can we say this? The G League is going to be tougher for him than you guys realize.
Yeah.
Those guys are playing for something. Those guys are playing for something. Basketball is there's a lot of angry men in the G League that want to show him up. He's safer in the NBA.
And then he'll either mature and
he got to sink or swim. Yeah, he got to sink or swim.
That's what he's gonna go to develop.
Everybody, like that's not.
That's what. Listen, the G League.
Special for him. That's everybody.
The G League is nothing but dogs, and that's the perfect place for a friend
to develop.
Like him.
Yeah, that's where he got to.
Now, here's where I really have an issue with the Lakers overall, though. The best person to develop him, they got rid of, which was Phil Handy, and they got rid of Phil, and so now you really throwing this kid to the wolves. You know, they throwing him down to the G League. I don't know who they have down there now because it's an all new staff, but Phil Handy would have been ideal for him. Because Phil Handy is,
Phil Handy can coach.
he got Jordan Poole right, and we saw where his game went. Numerous guys. Right now, he's training Juju Watkins out there. And like he gets people right. So that's the part I'm concerned with, even with him going to the G League. Who's that down there to develop him? But I think he will be a serviceable NBA player. I do believe that.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I think so too, because he's gonna access, right? He's gonna get exposure to things and access that. But I just felt like at this moment, it was like, I don't know about this year. But it's more. I get LeBron is running out of time too, so he got to do what he got to do. So he earned that right to say, I want my son to be in the league. I get all that, and I will watch. Unlike Hakim, think I'm not gonna watch. I will watch history because I'm a historian. But I'm also gonna go. I know about it. I get it.
The next story is actually going to be the brothers playing together.
Yeah,
father and son, and then it's going to be the brothers playing together.
That one had the game. That one can actually play.
This is going to be LeBron's last year, though. Yeah. I think this is going to be LeBron's last year.
I think so too. I think so too.
Yeah.
The moment, because they're about to award another NBA team, right? Or did they do it already?
He's trying to get a team, right? He's trying to buy
in Las Vegas. In Vegas.
I think as soon as they put another team in, coach, the same thing what you about to say,
Yeah. He's gone, because I don't think you can be a player and owner.
Well, you turn it on. Yeah.
That makes sense.
We usually use the clock.
Just don't let the buzzer go off. Though.
Oh no, we don't do that yet. No, we don't do that. We just run the clock and just shut it off.
So, Benny, KG's about to get this run in. He be doing midnight basketball run.
I see him.
That's the Benjamin Buttons of basketball. He's getting better at his older age.
Yeah, I do.
Yep. K still knocking down.
All right, guys. Yeah, I got to run, guys. I'll see y'all in a minute.
All right. Hey, the Celtics have had 29 3-pointers in this game.
They're on pace to make a new record. I just wish the same vitriol or the same criticism that we give to Bronny
for Giannis,
nepotism. No, not even that. Not even the player aspect. Because I agree with everything that you and Coach are saying, to a certain degree. But it's just like you have that organization where you have Jeannie Buss, right? You have Rob Pelinka. Yeah. You have even to the head coach. What's his name?
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick. You have so many political / nepotism / who hires that are in that Lakers organization, and it's kind of just sad. That's what the Lakers have always been, right?
Yeah.
But it's just kind of sad that all of this is not you guys, I'm saying, but just what you see online, all of the hate goes to like a 20-something-year-old kid that made the 55th roster.
I don't have nothing to do with Bronny. It's not about Bronny. I haven't never said. I mean, I watched the games. Like, it ain't him because it's not his fault, right? Pops did say what he said. Like, he's better than half the people in the league right now. We didn't make him say that. He said it on his own, right? So that adds the pressure. And then he's now it's like, well, he's his own man. Like, and Bronny, I feel bad for him sometimes because he's sitting there saying there's no pressure. Dude, there is pressure. Yeah. Your father's one of the best players to play the game, and you're his son, and you're getting ready to play in an NBA game. There's tons of pressure, my man.
You know what? It may not be pressure because he's been under this microscope the whole time. He's known it's coming. It may not be any pressure.
He's just playing basketball.
Yeah, he's just playing basketball.
Time, bro.
Yeah, but
because he knows he can't be his father.
He's not going to be LeBron James. Like, he's not going to be LeBron James.
Right.
No, we know that.
I think he knows that. I don't think the kid has any pressure. I really don't. I think he's just having fun with it. And I've always said I just thought it was unfair that LeBron kind of said what he said because it was self-serving. It wasn't about the kid. You know, I just never appreciated that. But
I like to say again, though, I never said that Bronny can't play in the NBA. I never said that. Like, I said that I thought he needed another year to develop because I knew he was going to play in the NBA because of what you guys are saying. Yeah, people are doing nepotism all the time. Why not Bronny in the NBA? I get that. So it was just like this year, I was like, yo, it just looked bad because the dude, we can't. Why are we not like? It's like the election. Like, why are we acting like he didn't score 4 points a game? Why are we acting like that?
No, I mean,
but
in college.
Russ, I don't think that's that big of a deal, bro.
He scored more.
I don't think that's that big of a deal.
Hold on. I gotta hear this, Cliff. You don't think scoring 4 points a game is not a big deal?
No, I mean there's many I mean it depends on the type of game you have and what
you got to give me the facts on that.
Coming off the bench playing 13 minutes, he got 4 points.
I don't know. I really don't know many players, many NBA players. I don't know many NBA players who only scored 4 points in college.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, college. Freshman year, freshman year, I think Dwayne Wade only averaged 3.
But he played 3 years in college.
He didn't leave.
He played 3 years in Marquette.
Oh, I know that. But again, you got to look at all of the circumstances as to why Bronny left. I just don't think it's a big deal.
Everybody gets that. Everybody gets that.
I just don't think
he wasn't ready. He's just not ready for the league.
Oh no, he's not. But we also have to look at LeBron's timetable and the fact that,
and that's what I have a problem with.
Yeah,
that's what I have a problem with.
That's it. I'm with y'all. I'm with you.
I'm not a Laker fan, so
we can't sit here and act like
not a Knicks fan either.
Anywhere else other than LA Lakers, it wouldn't be that big of a deal for them.
No.
If it was any other team, if that shit was in motherfucking Indiana, it'd be like, we don't like LeBron, but that shit's dope. It's good.
Nah, I would feel the same way either way. Because
I've been struggling, Kai, for I was on board with the Lakers when they got LeBron, when they had the young boys.
My bigger issue.
After that, I just lost.
We don't spend no time on Thanasis.
I get it.
That's it.
No, he's just trash. We all know Thanasis is trash.
Yeah, he sucks.
Like there's not even anything to talk about.
But there are people. I still think Thanasis is garbage, right? But there are people who say Thanasis scores points in the European game.
Yeah.
like he's overseas, but I think he's garbage. I mean, anybody shooting the ball on the side, like underneath the basket.
I'm more upset with the Lakers right now because they're calling JJ Redick like a good coach or like just like he's doing something amazing.
Oh, did you see the big thing when Connect or whatever his name was?
Connect. What about Connect?
Because they're actually running plays.
I think that's overrated too. I just think, and I don't think Darvin Ham did a great job, but I'm not gonna. I also think that they want to go out their way to make it look like JJ Redick is the better choice because
he is running basic. The most stuff I'll just draw up on the whim. He's running that. Like,
you know how hard it's gonna be, at least to me, for JJ to show that was actually a better coach than Darvin Ham. I think Darvin Ham did a good job. First of all,
that's what I think. He did do a horrible job.
So I mean, JJ with this team and what he's gonna have to do some magic.
But they're highlighting stuff that should not be highlighted. It's like, come on, man, stop.
I mean, but that's kind of like his brand that he kind of built before he got the selection, right? With the whole drawing up plays with LeBron, doing that television show and all that. I think it's a little bit of PR in that.
There was a lot of PR in that. Yeah. And you doing that, like I say, it is what it is, man. Like let's see the game tonight. Let's root for the other son to get drafted, whatever. And I just want the Lakers back one day, maybe one day before I go.
Y'all had enough, man. Y'all don't get another one. Y'all had enough.
About 2 years, Wes.
I've had enough, man. I'm tapped out. I'm tapped out.
I think it's next year. You'll have him back.
I will.
Yeah, I think.
But I got two other cats that I got to see if they could actually play. I do think the little one can play though.
Yeah, but who's to say he's going to the Lakers though? Like
they already did the Instagram picture, and they start putting that stuff out. That's in LA, man.
Yeah, bro. So many things happen in the course of 2 years, bro.
I think the younger one's going to play.
It's LA.
No, the younger one to play for the Las Vegas team.
That's right. Play for his father. That's right. Yeah. Actually, they'll both be on that team.
He'll play for his father.
He'll do
a trade to the Lakers.
He'll do what LeVar wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's true.
LeVar didn't have $1 billion to start out doing it. I mean,
because LeVar didn't play in the league at the, come
Right.
on.
he didn't.
It's a lot of,
But LeVar, let me tell you what LeVar did though. LeVar set the stage for this. To be honest with you,
Sure
because
did.
LeVar
He sure did.
LeVar was one of those pops that understood that his kids are the brand, not the NBA. I mean, not the colleges, and not the sneaker shop company. LeVar did the same thing. He felt passionate about his boys, and he took hell. And we were killing him like, oh, you a clown, or he doing it, but he got it too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when you look at the end result, he got 2 of his boys in the NBA.
Yeah.
Well, no, he got all 3 there, but one just didn't stick around.
Yeah.
And the one that didn't stick around is married a billionaire vixen in LA.
Hey, LeVar might be father of the decade.
Yo, and the youngest one, I mean, I know the whole thing was Big Baller Brand, but LaMelo's shoes, them Pumas, I see them in every gym in America.
Yep.
They nice.
He might be father of the decade, man.
Hey,
I ain't mad at LeVar Ball, man.
I ain't either. I ain't mad at LeVar at all. Not at all.
All right, brothers. I'm going to sign off here.
Fellas.
I'll see y'all on Tuesday.
I will. Peace.
All right, Kai.
We'll see what it
Appreciate
is. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
All right.